Hello, everyone! Welcome to Ready City Crit. It's been a while. I'm your Dungeon Master, Harna, and joining me today is my usual rigmarole of players. Hopefully, there's audio transmission, because I haven't thought to check, because why would I? That would be something that someone with intelligence and brains would do, and I have one of those. One whole one of those. Right, let's jump right into it, more or less. Let's start off introducing ourselves and who's playing. Cause fuck me, it's been like a month. Let's start off with the. Oh, let's think. Let's start with the person who's imagined themselves the most likely to like who's probably thought the most about winning the lottery. I think that's quite a good one, a good judge of character. Who spent enough time envisioning that they've won it, or like has planned out how they're gonna spend it all.
Hi,
some people.
I'm George. I play Atlas Moreau, the Owlin Druid. On to the next person.
I was going to say, if you forgot the audio, we'll do this like a silent movie. We'll just have little placards that pop up now and then throughout the street.
And then you just have someone come in from the side, laugh.
Applause! Humorous.
I'll go next. Hi, I'm Anthony. I play Baristaku for the Sato Rogue Fighter, and I'll pass it on to the next.
I'll go next because my work has a syndicate thing. So, I'm playing Volgear the Jogar Ranger.
Yeah, I'll go next because I used to play the postcode lottery and never won it. Hi, I'm Ryan. I play Cyrus Revenmore, the ASMR Barbarian.
Hi, I'm Mary. I play Astra, the ASMR Cleric. Yeah.
Does anyone else do that thing where they
I never win anything, Ryan. I know where my luck is.
Does anyone else ever do that thing where you buy a lottery ticket because you're feeling lucky and then you don't win and you're like, what the hell? I was feeling lucky. How dare I not win the lottery?
What that's telling you is you should buy it when you don't feel lucky because
What, so I should buy it every day then?
It's Uno reverse day.
I always buy it when terrible things are happening to me because I feel like that would like turn it around. Like
it can't
the day
get
I
any
lost
worse.
my job, I bought 10 lottery tickets because I was like, this will be a great story if I win the lottery now. But instead, I was just down even more money.
That's gambling. Who wants to write us what happened last time?
We're rich. We're rich.
We're rich.
And we're down a pet.
We're rich. Good for us. We're rich.
We defrosted some people.
We defrosted some people. One of them was like, hey, can I have my rich people shit? And we were like, well, we stole all the other rich people shit, so I guess you can have your rich people shit back. We stole all the rich people money. We found another chimera, and then our chimera was like, I'm going to stay and fuck this chimera. And I was like, that makes me very sad, but okay, you're your own chimera.
Volgear's having parties everywhere.
Volgear's having a great day. Atlas is having a very complicated day. Oh, also we found out that that prince got murdered, probably, but also it was like a super old crime, so the statute of limitations has probably run out anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Also, he was probably shagging the girl that we saved because she clearly had something to say about the prince, but didn't finish her sentence.
She stopped herself. She might have killed him, but again, statute of limitations.
Yeah, I'm convinced that she was the one to murder him.
She's like, oh, that means that they might... Never mind. No. What were you going to say, defrosted lady?
I'm not that worried. And we were like, hey, want to come on our ship? We can rescue you, but first we got to do a touch of terrorism. Don't worry about it. And most of them were like, yeah, except that one guy who's like, nah, I'm just going to stay here. And we were like, oh, okay, weird choice, but you do you.
Yeah, the mechanic who's like, I'm gonna save this core, and we're like, it's been degrading for like 70 years.
Wasn't he saving the planet more than the core?
He was gonna try to find some way to like safely neutralize it. Yeah.
How big an explosion would the core make? Just create a new Grand Canyon. It's fine.
It also totally ruined my plan of we transport the core to the chromatic dragon place and just blow it the fuck up. We said we were going to do terrorism, so...
That's actually
I'm curious on how big the destroyer would be.
Never thought to nuke the Dragon City.
It's like, I said cause a distraction, not destroy the country. It's like, are they or are they not distracted?
Distraction, destruction. There might have been a typo in the email. I told you in person. My hearing's not so good.
There might have been a typo in the translation. You speak
Speaking of hearing-
Draconic. I was speaking common.
Speaking of translation, we were never meant to be terrorists. He was trying to tell us we had tendinitis.
I do love that we chose terrorism as the choice so many times that Harry's like, fuck it, here's a terrorism quest.
Yeah.
It's
But
not
then look
even.
at the other way.
It's not even. It's like a political intrigue spy thing. You guys just default to terrorists.
We are terrible with the
we
political
spent-
espionage.
We spent 7 years being the utmost good guys and helping all the cities and fixing all the problems.
Also,
Now we just
every
said,
time you
"Fuck
try
it,
and
we
make
are
us
the
do
problem."
political intrigue, we fail miserably. Remember when you tried to make us find out who the mystery murderer was, and we bumbled around for 4 sessions before you were just like, it was this guy. It was this guy the whole time.
It's this guy. Go fight this guy.
Go fight him. Go on.
Look, sometimes things don't happen the way you expect them to happen. Sometimes dice rolls don't go in your favor
Sometimes
multiple
dice rolls
times
go
in a
your
row.
favor.
Sometimes your players are idiots.
Sometimes your players just keep running into the desert every time you put a clue in front of them, no matter where the clue points.
The ranch was through the desert, is all I'm gonna say.
Got no
And I'm
excuses
going
this
to
time.
say
He
the
knows
ranch
what
was
players
through
he's
the
getting
desert
into
because you wouldn't stop
campaign with.
running into it.
But the desert was the best place to go.
I do love that aspect of being a DM where your players just forge themselves in one direction for so long that you just like gently move the plot there instead. It's like, let
Yeah,
me just...
usually
There you go.
videos be it like, oh, my players came up with a clever idea that I hadn't considered. That's cool. Let's follow this plot line. No, the players are morons, and I have to just put whatever they're supposed to find in front of them, or they'll miss it.
You've come back aboard the Chimera. You have two new people aboard.
Passengers.
We'll get some tokens for them down in a minute. You no longer have a certain Chimera. They're no longer with you.
Yeah. The namesake.
On the Chimera minus a Chimera.
And as you all land, you see a small little troubadour kobold with his little clinky clonk makeshift lute. And as you all disembark, you see he looks out through the open bay doors and pauses for a moment, and then he just whispers very quietly to himself as you all walk past. Goes like, you hear, "When will my love return from war?" Just very quietly, just as you walk past.
Atlas just turns to him and goes, "They died."
He looks at you.
No. Tell them that. It would be funnier if they're spent longer
Do you want to make a
pining.
deception check?
Sure.
Well, are they dead to Atlas? Who knows?
Mm.
You left me, you're dead to me.
Potato,
alive?
potato.
That's a 22.
He like
The
looks at
spirit of Terran possessed me for a second.
he like looks at you.
I always forget I have proficiency in deception now.
You also should toggle your beyond 20 settings to not whisper directly to the DM.
I don't know how.
Find out.
There's a drop down, I think.
You've got to click on the little beyond 20
Yeah, I do that, but then
button.
like it is turned off. Come look.
So you click on the buttons, go to never whisper. The top setting, never whisper.
It in fact was turned on.
I don't know how it turned on in the fucking first place.
Just did.
You were a DM once, and you
Yeah,
probably
once.
turned it on to hide it from us.
But yeah, as you kind of like look down to him to Scrap and say that, Scrap kind of looks up at you. You see his eyes kind of like swell up a little bit, and he goes like, "This is most terrible news. I will now honor them in the only way I know how."
Song, isn't it?
This play, he like tunes his little lute, and then he yells, "I will never be the same again without you. Without you." And then he runs off the back of the ship through the open Bombay doors, strumming the guitar, and you hear the whistling of winds.
Oh, well,
And Scrap kills himself.
okay.
He's well, at least he'll feed the Chimera once more.
Scrap's gone. You gained 2
At
and
least-
you lost 2.
I'm just glad he didn't play Never Gonna Give You Up, because I can already hear it playing from the radio upstairs, and I don't need an echo in the ship.
Can indeed hear it blasting through from the possessed radio in the canteen.
Has that just not been playing non-stop since we...
Yeah.
Ever since
it
the
plays
AI
all the
went
time.
into it.
Yep. It's there. That's what it does.
The only time it
Like
stops is
everyone's,
to
like, disabled
occasionally
speakers in their
sarcastically
room.
play another song, like on theme.
Yeah.
And even then, Never Gonna Give You Up is still like somehow gently overlaid.
Yeah, it's like you tuned it. It's like 2 radio stations are like overlapping each other's frequencies. Yeah. What would you like to do?
Well, we need to go and
Espionage, right?
espionage. Yes. Do we have enough beds for these
We do
don't-
now.
Well, I was about to say-
passengers?
But, yeah, we do now, but didn't we have a commune area anyway? Communal sleeping area.
Yeah, currently talked about by Sunshine, Slink, Fitz. Atlas is currently sleeping in Baros's room, but she was over in her own room. This is her room.
I was wondering why I'm not hearing jack shit. I forgot to bloody log into the Roll20.
So if
So they
you
can sleep in the medical bay.
I mean, if Barros returned to his room, you could theoretically put them up in either, one in the medical bay and one in the kind of like auxiliary quarters, if you wanted.
Whatever works.
Then Derv will go in the auxiliary quarters, and Lazalil will retire to the medical bay for some privacy.
That works.
Not quite the luxury they've been
Suspicious.
used to, but this one can lift off the ground, so who can complain?
Well,
No, they're not. Ice cubes.
Durl, sorry, Durl,
Durl.
Durl.
is a he's like an engineer. Like, to remind you, Durl is like, call it, probably, it doesn't look overly, like, if he was a human, he's probably like mid-30s. He's got like tiny brown eyes, pale complexion, thick curly dark brown hair, like a big beard, but quite well kept. It's almost more like shaved down to like just beyond the neck beard, but paired with like a really impressive mustache. He wears an engineer's uniform of the Missile Horizon. It looks dated, like the fashion style is old. It's like seeing someone dressed in the equivalent of like 1940s attire nowadays, and it's still stained with grease and some signs of burn damage. And he doesn't have like a multi-tool. He has like a tool belt with a variety of like spanners and like screwdrivers sticking out of it and Allen keys, like proper, like, these are tools that I use for my job, not like this is like multi-tool bullshit. Like, this guy like did things the old-fashioned way.
Got tools.
Yeah.
Cyrus
Lazaril
started
is
out.
a mountain dwarf. She looks around about the same age of a. Fuck it, I'm changing his name to Derv. His name is now Derv, because Durl is making me do tongue exercises that can't be fucked with. Yeah, so Lazaril,
Could've
she
called him
looks about his
Daryl.
age, but she's clearly had a bit of work done. She probably is a little bit older, maybe about a couple of decades in dwarf years. She's got these like piercing blue eyes, soft but lightly tanned skin, long flowing golden hair, and long sideburns. And she's just like fully adorned with like jewels and bangles. She wears this kind of like almost timeless, very rich flowing dress, and like just the best fineries. Yeah, and that's kind of how she kind of holds herself. Volgir, that a chalice in your possession does belong to her, but I don't believe you've let on to her that you have that.
I thought we gave it back
What
to
did
her.
we? I thought we gave the chalice back.
Yeah, we did.
But we didn't give. We gave a 1 out of 2, didn't we, or something?
She had one. Hers was just a chalice.
No, we gave the chalice back
Then
because we were like, we have a lot of rich people.
Because I don't have that in my inventory anymore.
No, that's fine. Had it returned.
The only other one I had was a scepter.
Lovely. Yep, then she has a chalice back. That will remove any potential scandal later on. And yeah, are you just going to continue on your course?
Yeah, you just hear breathing.
Can we ferry up that freezer box, but can we do it just like say we did it? I don't need to go through the whole logistic discussion of it.
God damn it. I'm joking.
What one?
The big... Oh.
Because you also left one for Tewa and then told Tewa that there was a big thing of meat down there for them.
Yeah, we could take some of the smaller ones.
Yeah, I think we took like the Lunchables, the steaks, not the cows.
But we already
box
took
one.
11 pounds of steak.
Yeah, you have the meat, but it's more that I think Alice is talking about the actual logistical...
They're like insta-freeze boxes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, take some of them.
Was I meant to carry one of those?
No, we said we were going to go
carry
back for them.
But we also
Okay.
got like bogged down in like defrosting that one guy. So I just want to say that we did get some.
Yes. We
there's lots of
collected
like... They're almost like, you know, probably... like school locker size, a lot of them. The large one that you guys came across is like a big cold walk-in, so that's probably only one of a kind. You could take that one if you wanted, but it is very heavy.
Having a place to put a corpse might be useful in the future. I'm just saying, if one of us dies.
Volgir, you get that end, I'll get this end.
Fine.
Where are we going to put it? The med bay or something?
No.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Sounds like a
Cargo.
great idea. Medbay it is.
Yeah. Medbay.
Oh, now I have to carry upstairs.
It'll fit in the cargo bay where Terra used to sleep.
I'm gonna tell you right there,
yes.
this thing, if you recall me saying, it's a 10 by 10 cube, and it weighs like, it's fucking heavy as fuck. I believe I said it weighed somewhere in the region of like 2 tons or something.
We are going to throw our backs out.
It's like you probably need to break, like you need to like cut open the fucking side of the Mythical Horizon, get the shuttle there, attach it to the shuttle with some kind of rope and or chain, haul it out, and then try to squeeze it into the shuttle, which is probably just about full, and then you gotta fly it up. Like, I don't think you can get it into the med bay unless you cut a fucking hole, a sunroof in the med bay.
Okay, then we put it in the
not
cargo
touching Astra's
hold.
med bay.
Are we,
Let's just get-
are we
let's
not
just
just
get
getting
someone's
the
box.
lock, like two of
Lockbox.
the locker
Yeah.
ones?
I just
Yeah,
think
like the
having
ones-
something that could hold a corpse might be useful in the future.
Yeah, but that
you cut
doesn't
the
hold
corpse
one
in
corpse.
half-
That holds a Terroir-sized corpse.
If you cut the corpse in half, you can put half in one box and half in the other.
But what if we want to put the corpse back together again?
Why would you want to put a corpse back together?
Like when Astra died and we wanted to put her back together? Because we don't have a cleric if Astra dies who can bring back the corpse. So it might be nice to have a frozen corpse rather than hauling down around a dead, rotting Astra.
You could tie her to the top of the ship. That Expanse is pretty cold.
What if she
Yeah.
falls off?
I mean, like, you got like needle and thread, right? You could just like stitch them back together afterwards.
Yeah, there you go. Stitching. That'll work.
Astra, how do you feel about being cut in half like a magician's assistant and then stitched back together again?
Not, no.
Wait
That's
one sec.
no.
I've got a solution to this.
Would
One
would
second.
it be easier if it was like cut at the waist or like cut like straight down the middle?
No, I think it would have to be the waist so that her
Right,
head
I've
and
got a
arms can
solution.
fold in, and then her legs can fold.
Harry, how much can we carry? Me and Brian.
What's your
Weight-wise.
strength multiplied by
Kg.
30?
I'm 19. I'm a 19.
Strength
What's yours?
multiplied by 30, 16.
You're a 19. I'm a 16. You said by 13
Mhm.
or 30.
30.
Not 1050.
I also can cast Enhance Ability on them to make them stronger.
I've got a solution to this. If this were, I'm assuming, so that's 1 ton. Would you say?
I
480
think 1,000
plus.
Just need-
pounds
I
is
need
about
300
500
kgs.
kilo.
I need 300 kgs. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, 300 kg, you would have more than that with the two of you.
I cast reduce on the box. It reduces it to 1/8 of its weight,
There you go.
and it's,
Nice.
I'll do
it's halved in size.
That'll do it. I don't even need to write
250
puzzles.
kg.
You guys just make them yourselves by doing
We're not-
things like, we want to take a 10 by 10 freezer with us. You know those like walk-in freezers they have in like industrial kitchens?
what we're doing.
We want to pick one of those up. It's like, that's what you guys are saying.
We want it.
And it works.
And we figured out how.
You got
Well
it. Yeah,
done,
you got
Vulgar.
there. You pick up a freezer room.
And we're gonna install
what-
it
what
in the
does that
car.
take out
We're
of
gonna
our-
install it in the cargo hold, and we're gonna make a fortune selling fresh vegetables everywhere.
How much
Oh
does
my
that
God,
take up of
yes.
our storage area?
It'll take up a value of well, let's say for argument's sake it will take up 2 tons of space. However, you may utilize 1.5 tons of that space for cold storage.
So minus 500 then. So.
Yeah.
Right, we have literally
Assuming
no
you are,
space
like,
in this
using it
now.
properly.
We are at capacity.
We have 100 kgs of space or weight.
If we had taken on like that one more dwarf, we would have been overweight.
It would have been.
We can't take you with us anyway. Overcapacity. Why? We wanted a fridge.
Yeah. We could just leave some scrap metal behind.
Are you gonna
We
leave
already
the
left
big?
scraps behind, so you know.
Yeah, if you go back down to get the fridge, there's just like a fucking like eviscerated like puddle of viscera on the ground.
There's
Of what?
2 chimeras drinking from it.
Yeah, they're like leading the tramping his body, like they're like eating it from each end. The loot just like dun, 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 as they like bite like in the middle.
Did he commit seppuku or?
He jumped off
No,
the
he
back of the
jumped out of
chimera
ship.
while playing his song.
While it was flying.
Yeah. You
No,
guys
yeah.
arrived. He looked out the open bay doors you guys just came in for the shuttle. He said very quietly to himself, "When will my love return from war?" Atlas lied to his face and told him that they died. He said he would honor them the only way he knew. He played a very dramatic song, and then he just walked off the edge of the ship and just fell.
I don't know why, but I thought we'd landed.
No.
No.
I just
You were thousands
filled
of
in
feet
that
in the
detail.
air. In orbit.
Instant death.
Okay.
But if it makes you feel any better, if we had told him that Tewa had left to live in the jungle, he absolutely would have gone after him and died very quickly in the jungle anyway, so...
Or even worse, we told him that Tewa found another lover.
Basically,
Probably
Scraps
still
was
would've
doomed
done
to
the same
die
thing.
from this circumstance no matter what happened.
Harry looked at the chimera and said, "One of these have to fucking go."
Look, I can only have so many AI or NPCs navigating this ship at one time. There's a lot of plates to spin, so anytime you get new ones, I gotta cull some of the old ones.
Quick. Someone spawn about 20 AI. All with unique personalities
What's
and
gonna happen
voices.
when we get a galleon?
Yeah. We will speak to 2 people.
Yeah.
Probably the same 2 people.
Yeah.
I feel like he'll just do like the, you know, head engineer.
Yeah, you'll have, like,
head med
representative.
bay, and then there's just like, there are people in the background.
You know how when
also.
Shepard goes up to people on the Normandy and he's like, "Hello there," and they're just like, and don't make any response? That's what your fucking NPCs on your galleon will be like.
Yeah, I've had
They
the,
have like
you know,
3
the,
lines that they just cycle through on repeat every time you talk to them.
I can't seem to get the power cycle working.
I've just had the vision of, you know, the Star Wars animation of it's Lord Sidious that walking through the Death Star and it's just Stormtrooper.
Go fuck yourself.
That'd be it.
Fuck yourself.
Yeah. There's a follow-on video from that I love. He gets thrown over the edge and he falls, and this guy's just laying there sunning.
See, all I was thinking is
Oh,
Austin
Sidious.
Powers like, not you, unnamed henchman pretending to work on that. Not you, henchman pretending to use wrench.
Yeah, Barros just
at
sat
you.
there like, "All right, it's getting crowded in here. Everybody clear out." Not you,
Not
henchman
you.
holding wrench.
And not you, henchman, pretending to be my footstool.
Not you, kobold, arbitrarily pushing buttons, making it look like you're doing something.
Oh, this is awkward.
Yeah, you guys plot a course, continuing on your journey towards Redskill Fortress. I will need a navigator's tools check to plot the remainder of your journey because you are not there yet. You're close. But not there.
Every time you walk any way through the ship, all you hear is dum dum dum, flashing lights coming from Volga's room. He knows better to celebrate in public.
10.
A 10. I would very much like you to roll me a D100, please.
Oh no. This is where we come across an army of dragons.
Atlas is crying under her mask, but can't wipe away tears cause mask.
Atlas is not crying. Atlas
Is Atlas still wearing a mask now that you got new light?
Atlas seems very chill about the whole thing.
She's dead inside.
Is Atlas still wearing mask if Atlas has new lungs?
Oh yeah, Atlas has lungs now.
Yeah.
Atlas is still wearing her mask. Most of the time. $66.
Okay, so
He sounded a little too excited about that.
Yeah, he that was the one he was waiting for.
as
Roll me
you
an
all,
off.
fly down towards the location that you've been informed about, Redskill Fortress. You see it kind of like appear somewhat before you. It is a fearsome stronghold perched atop these like jagged cliffs over Thaxel's Crimson Highlands. It spires are like these piercing, like it spires about this blood red kind of like glow off it from this like lava kind of like moat that kind of surrounds it, and the area around it seems almost perpetually crowded in these like stormy clouds, the sky above. The outside, you see these like huge, big, like draconic wings sprawled out. This big draconic skull mounted on the fortress walls as trophies. And even the central tower itself looks like it was once the spine of like a twisting, like almost like a worm, like a dragon, like just one of those very long, like a wyvern almost, like a big long worm. Yeah, the stones themselves almost seem to glow with heat, giving it like an eerie, like living appearance, almost like that, like liquid, like not quite, like almost like lava that hasn't quite cooled, that slight shifting pattern and tones. As you kind of like start flying by from a distance, how are you guys planning on approaching this? Do you want to like fly right in? Do you want to try to land far away and then like move on foot? Like, what's the plan?
Is it bad to say now that I know he's made us roll for it that I don't want to fly straight?
I'm going to describe what happens anyway, so
I didn't think we were going to fly straight in anyway, because we didn't fly straight into the other place.
You did try.
Yeah, we did try and got shot at, so I think that would be a bad move on our part, especially if these are the bad guys. Maybe like fly low, land, and sneak it. Are we sneaking in? Is that the plan?
Sneak in via the sewers again.
I don't think we can sneak in through the sewers. You'll all catch fire.
I think sneaking in is probably our best option. At least to like, I don't think these guys are going to take too kindly to amalgamate the species.
We've seen what happened the last time, so I think sneaking's probably
Speak
the
for
best.
yourself. I'm a celestial.
Does anybody else want a nap before we go in here? I feel like I could use a nap.
I'm not saying no to a nap.
I don't know.
You
if
guys
I need
would
a
have had
nap or
time to
not,
take a long
because-
rest on the Chimera, especially with Fridgegate. It would
Yeah.
have added enough time.
I would like to take a long rest because my sheet completely reset since I was last using it, so I have no idea if I used anything. Let's all take a
Long
little
rest.
nap. Or a big nap.
Yeah, because I was on half health and I was like, I don't want to go into Fortress of Dragons.
Also means I can
Injured.
switch up
It
my
was-
spells into something more sneaky.
Can
Yeah,
anyone remember
I'll do
if a Dragon was about or not?
A Dragon, I think you
I think he
You
got bippity boppity
dispersed him?
shook. He might have dispersed.
Yeah.
He might have got fucking blasted by the fucking engine.
It
Yeah, but the
happens.
He survived the engine.
Fire, yeah.
No, then
Or
if he's
lightning or
running, he'll be
something like
fine.
that.
Yeah.
He was fine. He was following Cyrus the last time, I think, wasn't
I have a feeling you dispersed him, hoping to summon him to yourself, but you couldn't do that because you'd done it too many times in the day. I can't remember.
Hmm.
I have a feeling he was dispersed.
he? Right. Okay. We'll summon him back at some point then.
Okay, so you are gonna land the Chimera somewhere nearby, look for landing zone.
Yep.
Okay, for that, let's go for like a piloting check, or maybe if someone's to do like a lookout check of some kind, or any kind of like maybe a navigator's tools check on the side. Then you've got any ideas how they want to search for a suitable hiding spot?
I'll do a pilot's check.
Sure.
Look for somewhere that isn't on fire. That would help.
Cool. Cool. So it's dexterity plus proficiency, right?
Yes.
Cool. Which is plus 3. So that would be 22.
Lovely. And also to check, during your long rest, do any of you guys fuck around if any of your items that you acquire from the vault?
I will attune to
Yeah, Astral attune to
my
her.
Yeah.
obsidian egg of the night drake.
Okay. Barros, if you want to search for that on D&D Beyond, you will find that it is on there.
Yep, added it.
Astro, are you gonna?
Yeah, was it necklace of starlight or what was it called? Yeah, I was
The
just going to attune to
pendant. If you search for the Star Forge pendant.
Star Forge pendant.
Anyone else looking at any items? in
I'll do
particular?
the scepter for the sake of it.
I do not know what I fucking took.
The Scepter of the Void Forged for you, Volgir. Scepter of
Yep.
the Void Forged.
Oh, I think I took
Ooh.
the Starlight Navigator.
Yep. If you
Ooh.
search that, it is on D&D Beyond. For the sake of brevity, because you would have had time, the Gem of Eternal Flame, which is the one that Cyrus took, I believe, is also on D&D Beyond. The
Nice.
Moonlit Forge tools are also on there, which I believe Cyrus took.
Yeah,
The Emberstone Chalice is no longer in your possession. The Stormbreaker Battle Axe is on there. The Crown
also
of Stjorn's Legacy is on there. And I believe that is everything.
Stormbreaker Battle Axe. What were the tools called? Moonlit Forge tools.
Yes. Moonlit Forge. Moonlit Space Forge Space Tools.
I just had tools by Dragon Master. What was his name? Master Smith Daggerheart. That's all I had written.
Yeah, that was the individual because he owned them. But they are a magical set of tools. The book that Volgir had was not magical, but it does have a lot of interesting information. That was the tome of like trade deals and arrangements and routes.
I am honestly trying to find that because I can't.
It was one of the prince's belongings. It was like this book with all of his like trade deals and it's like a family ledger, financial transactions, alliances, trade routes of the Stjorn dynasty. Leather-bound
So,
book, Gilded Edges.
Oh, that's it. Storm Royal of Family Ledger. That's it.
Yeah.
We've also got a platinum band apparently from the prince or something.
Oh yeah,
My inventory.
I forgot my max melted. My axe melted.
Well, Volga, you took the
And,
crown, but it wasn't a platinum band. It was a
Was that the crown?
You took the crown out of everyone. The crown, but it's mithril adamantine, started with fire opals and emeralds.
I don't know. It's just a custom item that I've thrown in the
It
back
might be
folding.
something you got earlier from like someone else.
Well, it says in brackets princes, so
Does anybody else want to be able to use
I'm assuming
fire
that's the
gem?
crown then.
I'm attuned to too many items.
You think you've
Yeah,
got
I
it
can't-
rough?
I-
I'm attuned to my own goddamn lungs.
I've got.
You designed
now.
your character.
I wasn't expecting to get lungs. I was just expecting to be like sick.
Yeah, but you do get a benefit from the lungs.
I do, but I get unattuned from them. I start suffocating.
Well,
Wait, do I? The tools require attunement? Ah.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I'm gonna.
I do like that.
almost
Probably
like you'll have
work
to
out.
put them in an armory of sorts and then like plan your loadouts for like missions.
Oh,
I do
God.
like that I compared a thing that lets me, you know, navigate and cast spells, the thing I meant to do, and went, yeah, but I'd rather wear this hat that makes me look like a lizard sometimes.
Okay, so the Vorpal Sword is staying. That's attuned. My Hollow Strap, I think I need that for general day-to-day life, so that stays attuned. Do I take the axe or the flame gem? Because I won't
Ooh.
need tools. Hopefully,
Let's
in this
say-
mission.
Axe because you'd smack people in the face more.
Yeah,
Also,
but
you,
I can
but you
only.
already have a Vorpal sword.
Yeah, I can only use one weapon at a time. Astra, jeez.
Don't call her ass.
Astra, I had to remember names.
There's nothing wrong with her ass. That should be a good thing.
Day, stay out of this conversation.
But I'm eating my breakfast. You guys are talking about battle axes. She's just got like a bowl of hummus and carrot sticks.
Where the
Do
fuck
we
did she
think-
get carrot sticks from?
Stays.
Do we think
What's the-
an eternal flame gem or a forged tools will be handier in stealth missions?
Cyrus, just
Hills,
pick one.
I
It
think.
doesn't matter.
It might matter.
We're just gonna
What if we
blow
come?
something
What
up
if we
anyway.
get? What if we get to like a bridge that you need to like break into the mechanics of the bridge, and I don't have the tools, but I can set them on fire?
We
Or
have
what if we need to?
barrels.
We're
I
dealing
don't
with
think we're going
dragons
to. I
as
don't think
well.
we're going to need your forge tools. Are you planning on making a weapon or?
No,
don't
but
know.
I can also use them to make tool checks. I mean, I can use them as normal tools. What's a tool check? Fine, I'll take the gem this time. But if the tools are required, it's on you guys.
You gotta stop saying tool check whenever you use your tools. It's weird.
Just to double check, Harry.
What if I'm checking my
Chalice was the
tools?
Everstone one, wasn't it? That we
You don't
gave
have
to
to
her.
say it out loud.
Yes, the chalice was that.
Right, delete. Right. Does anyone have a spare regular longsword by any chance? Oh no, wait, I already have one. Never mind. Ignore me.
You have
I'm
the
going to unattune
dragon
to that.
sword.
Yeah. Again, I'm in the same predicament as you, picking things to.
You can use so if a weapon is magical, so like let's say you have your dragon sword. If you unattune to it, you can still wield and it still functions as that weapon. It just doesn't get
It's a
the
plus
magical
one.
benefits.
It doesn't get the 4 charge. Well, basically, it
So
doesn't do
it
that
would
anyway.
still be a if it's a +1, it would still be a +1 longsword, but you just couldn't do the charges. The battle axe would be the same. The battle axe would still be a +2 battle axe, but it wouldn't get the bonus lightning damage and stun effect on a crit.
Oh, okay.
So you have to be attuned. So the weapon is always going to be as good as the weapon, but to get the magical like property, that magical boost, you basically need to attune.
The
So
critical hit.
if the Vorpal Sword is, if you're not attuned to the Vorpal Sword, it doesn't get the decapitation
Correct.
feature, basically.
But it still is
Right.
as sharp as it would be. But you're not attuned to it because it moves unbelievably quick and so fast. It cuts through the flesh so quickly and easily. That's what allows you to do it because you've like spent time and like become one with the magical essence of the weapon.
Oh, I like that. So I didn't realize that the way you've set up this custom now is if I attune to it, it appears in my spell slot now.
Yeah.
It appears in my spell list.
Yeah,
Oh,
because it's got a spell. You're the scepter, Volgear. It can only do one of them a day, so you pick.
Yeah, it has one charge. Yeah. Oh. What one of
2 spells? It has.
Oh, it only said one on the thing. I'm sure.
Should have 2. The scepter.
Yeah, it just says welder can cast banishment.
Oh, sorry, I'm thinking of something else. There's a different. There's a different one that has multiple. The banishment is correct. The scepter then.
The Gem of Eternal Fire says it acts as a permanent source of heat and light equivalent to a bonfire. Does that mean it's really hot to the touch?
That is correct. That's why it has a mithril stand to hold it.
Okay. Just check.
You can hold it unimpeded because of your fire resistance, but yeah, it has like a little it has like a mithril stand, as in like the same way a wooden torch has a wooden handle. It's like
right. Got it.
Kind of like a magic wand, and it's like the top. But yeah, you guys, Beros, you bring the ship down. You find like a little like low kind of like point where the mountains kind of like sink in a little bit. You're able to tuck the ship down out the way, but it's just flat enough that you can get a good landing zone. Yeah, you touch the Chimera down. You're not too far, maybe just about 1 or 2 little crests away from the actual fortress itself. And you think there's a pretty good kind of like shallow kind of cutaway that you can maybe try to follow down. Maybe some lava ones ran through like this little low point. You can maybe like sneak down and try to get close to the actual fortress's walls and try to get inside if you so wish.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. You leave the Chimera behind. Are you bringing any allies with you?
I don't think we should bring Sunshine. He might catch fire.
Definitely not bringing Dea. She'll be set on
fire. The only
fire.
ones who will fit in is the kobolds, and honestly, they're more of a liability than anything.
There's only 2 of them, though.
Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself right back.
Hey, fucking little bitch.
Do you think we need to speak with Dad still? We're gonna speak to any more dead people? Okay.
I don't think we plan to speak to any dead, unless we kill someone and they have mission.
Could take Zone of Truth. If we're doing target stealthy, slippy stuff.
And they lie to you if you kill them and talk to them?
Yes.
We can't take both.
Then maybe the Zone of Truth would be better.
We also get stone shape, so we could potentially walk through a 5-foot wall, but eh.
Yeah, are you guys intending on trying to stealth your way over to the fortress?
I think that would be the best.
I believe so. Yeah.
If that's the case, while people are picking spells and stuff, let's get some stealth checks going.
No, that's not a great way to start there. Oh, it's disadvantage as well.
No!
Oh,
yes.
I took locate creature in case we're trying to find someone.
15, 14, 4,
Oh,
6, 18.
Together we
Is
make
Dragon
10.
coming with you?
I haven't summoned him yet.
oh, did no one cast
Average
them?
of 11.
Atlas is also going to use the Hat of Disguise to shift into the form of a black kobold.
Cool.
So
You're a little bit tall for a kobold.
I'm a little bit short for a dragonborn. I'm 4'6".
Just
Well, technically, Dragonborn can grow up to 6 foot, so surely that would be more normal than a really tall kobold, because that's the anomaly.
Sure, I'll
You
be
could
a
just
short
be a young-
dragonborn rather than a tall kobold.
Well, kobolds are typically 2 and 3 foot, so you would be a little bit tall for a kobold, but yeah, you can be a...
I thought you could do a foot either way with the Hat
Yeah,
of
so if you're 4'6", that means you'd be 3'6", you'd be 3.5 foot. So you'd still be half a foot taller. That would be like,
Then
imagine seeing like...
I will make myself 5'6" and be a dragonborn.
Yeah, that's probably better. There's nothing wrong with being 5'6". It's a perfectly good height to be.
Perfectly normal height.
But yeah, so you become a Black Dragonborn.
I'll just look at the group. How about maybe some help with this one?
Eyes are still a little bit too large.
Without a trace.
It's the owl.
It'll help.
So, yeah. I'll just use pass without a trace.
Okay.
I took locate creature in case we need to find someone.
Spend the resource, but just make sure in the future we'll give your passing with trace
my red first.
beforehand, please.
No worries.
Just because they're dragons doesn't mean they're not people. You should have located
Please
person.
reference chat for
Said person.
little AI Atlas Dragon.
But yeah,
No.
as you continue on downwards, kind of like winding your way over, you kind of like as you come over that last crest, you get a good view of the fortress below you. It's not like it's crazy big. Like it's not like compared to the city as well. The city was massive. This is just a fortress. It's just more or less a single, kind of like no bigger than a castle. You know, like, it's not an unbelievable like sprawling labyrinth of city streets and all that nonsense. But it is a pretty impressive stronghold. You see that the moat itself actually runs around half of this thing. It seems like lava is bubbling up in the center, in this big courtyard in the middle, where it is kind of in this little lake, and from that it like almost like snakes and swirls its way around, and then comes out to the like near the main entrance, which has this big dragon's like maw with massive iron teeth. Is currently closed. The lava flows kind of like out through like almost like holes in the jawbone, kind of like around and around the entrance, kind of like around the flanking of the path, and then eventually just like trickles off down into the valleys below, probably eventually cooling and turning into rock, slowly turning this steep valley into probably eventually a nice level plains, as whatever like lava geyser or whatever this is bubbling away in the central courtyard gives root. There is two large areas in the building that stand out that are clearly not just like walls and like defensive towers. There's like one large one which has a big tower, like a chimney almost, and smoke rises out of it, and the other one has like these lots of towering pillars kind of like coming out of it. It's a big circular like like a big I kind of fucking them, the shapes are hard. It's a circular but tall structure, cylinder, with multiple towers like all coming up like parapets, all in there as well, and they're kind of like on opposing corners of the actual walls themselves, and then the big courtyard is like in the middle. It looks like the entrances to those buildings are from the courtyard, so you'd have to get into the courtyard, and then from there you get into these buildings. There may also be ways in through the adjoining walls if you got into the walls, but again, it's not like it's overly a large or complex area. However, what does draw your eye pretty quick is the fact that in the courtyard, which even from up here, you can see there are kind of these big piles of like remains and bones, like dragon remains and bones, like just kind of like left to rot and decay, kind of like just kind of scattered over the place. Some half submerged in the lava that clearly haven't been able to melt or burn. Maybe they were of that of a red dragon, perhaps. You're not entirely sure. But as you kind of are there, you hear it before you see it. A thunderous roar shakes the air, and you guys are probably at this point only about 500 foot out, so you're still making your way down the mountain. There's an unmistakable sound of clashing steel, the occasional magical blast, and you see a like a white crackling blue flare from inside the courtyard, and you see these two enormous dragons, a hulking red dragon and a sleek blue dragon, are currently locked in this duel, like in the actual courtyard itself. And as this kind of happening, it's kind of like naturally like rising up into like a flight. They begin to like twist and turn, their wings beating as they rise above the like fortress's walls, and it almost gives you scale because from far away you're like castle, and then you see these two giant fucking dragons fly out of it that you couldn't see behind the walls, and you realize just how big those walls are. they begin just like fighting through the skies and like, or just like, and they're kind of like circling around. And every now and again, they're like, as they get close, like a beat of a wing kind of whips by you, and some of the debris, like some like the volcanic rock near you, begins to like shift and stir. Who is leading the group?
I'll lead
Is
the
it
group.
daytime?
I have
is
pretty
daytime.
good perception, and I currently look like a lizard. So if I get spotted first, at least I can be like, "Hello, fellow lizards. It is I,
Sure.
also a lizard."
I'll follow up behind.
Okay, so we got Atlas,
Astra's probably in the middle.
Astra in the middle, Bulgar in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cyrus will go last.
Those are contradicting statements.
Well, I never said where I was. Or do you want to take up the rear, as always, Vulgar?
Yeah, that's what Vulgar said. Vulgar's like, I'll go in the back, and you're like, and Cyrus will go in the back.
Fine, I'll go between Astra and Vulgar
so you'll be
dead.
fourth. Okay, Atlas, as you are leading the group, as the ground under your feet begins to give way, as the like quaking shake, as the blue dragon gets thrown into the mountainside next to you by the red dragon in a suplex maneuver, before they begin like slashing their claws across them, the whole like mountainside shakes like a mini earthquake as the impact. I need you to make me, because you're the lead most troop, a dexterity saving throw to keep your footing.
No.
Atlas starts to fall. Beros, Atlas begins to tumble, and the bit underneath your feet begins to give way as well. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please, to try to save yourself and those behind you.
Yes.
36. So the stumbling will potentially cease with Beros. Astra, your ground begins to give way as well. A dex save with advantage because Beros is able to give you a point to grip onto.
Okay. That's a nat 20, 22.
Perfect. Cyrus, again with advantage because Beros and Astra are both now kind of like holding the line in a sense.
Oh, 19.
And Volkir, a dex save, please, good sir, with advantage.
With advantage.
Yep, your allies in front of you have managed to like create a steady kind of like barrier to block you, and have managed to give you a bit of a better chance.
19 on natural.
13.
It was a 13 plus 7, so non-natural 20.
Nice, very good. So 20, so perfect. So the rest of you have very little difficulty. You
Right.
keep stealth, you keep low to the ground, and you keep sneaking down the mountainside itself. Atlas, on the meanwhile, has tumbled down. Atlas, you're going to take a little bit of damage as you
This is
tumble.
where he's just like 170 foot.
And you fall into a pit of lava.
Why do I have
rolled
much black, white,
pretty
red all
bad.
over Atlas till I fall down the hill?
I rolled pretty bad for 5d6. You take 10 points of bludgeoning damage, Atlas. I rolled 2 1s, 2 2s, and a 4 on 5d6.
Hidden
Miss Rowe.
wings. Furrow.
Yep. And yeah, you slow to a halt. You kind of like fall down a good like 50 foot, like sliding down, like doom, doom, like getting like thrown up and then landing again. It's like the terrain isn't like steady before you eventually like slowly a halt. Luckily, with your earlier stealth check, and the dragons are distracted enough in their own combat, it doesn't seem to give you away. You just are a bit roughed and ready. Your allies kind of like roughly follow the route you fell down a little bit cautiously, and eventually link up with you. But you are able to slip all the way down into the valley near the outer fortress's walls. There are a few patrols on the walls that you can see. Mainly kobolds, dragonborn, more humanoids in structure, and they are about the size of the parapets next to them, to be honest. In height, in width, they're about 3 or 4 people wide. As opposed, they're pretty chunky up there. Most of them, however, seem to be distracted by whatever duel or debate or disagreement is being had by these 2 ancient chromatic dragons who are simply throwing each other around, like fucking just.
Do we even need to make a distraction? I mean, they're pretty distracting.
I mean, definitely that is enough to distract a lot of people. I'm not sure.
It depends on
How long
how
it'll
long
last,
it'll
though.
last. Exactly. Yeah.
If we can find out why they're arguing and sow a few more seeds, it might do it.
I mean, they're already fighting to what probably seems to be the death, so I don't know if that would help at all, but it does mean we have a way in.
Yeah, when everyone's distracted, we can use that. Let's go.
Do you want to head for the main gate? Do you want to try to climb one of the walls? How are you planning on getting in?
Can we do a little scout around and see if there's a convenient side gate somebody left unlocked?
You didn't see one for your mountain descent, but you can certainly have a look.
Who's the sleepy dog meme now, Anthony?
Not even 10 o'clock yet.
Yeah, I need to make one for 9 o'clock and send it to.
Would that be investigation or perception?
It would probably be, if you're looking for a another entrance, it would probably be perception to look to search for one. If you're looking for a secret entrance or a secret brick or something like that would be an investigation, because that would be having look for the certain giveaways and tells and things like that, as opposed to an actual just generic looking around trying to find what would make sense, inferring things like that.
Go for a general look-see.
I'm gonna investigate just because. Why not? Secret door, sure.
I'll investigate as well, just because
Got 25 on perception.
Secret tunnel.
I see nothing.
Cyrus and Barrows are just staring at the same patch of wall.
I
never
used your weapon to Asher's
there's a door over there.
Investigation or can I investigate?
So while
That is definitely
You're
a
both
secret tunnel.
convinced that one weird patch
Yeah.
of wall is a secret door, but it's just where it's been repaired kind of shit.
Yeah, you basically find like a section of wall. It's very clearly newer bricks. You're like, okay, gotta be a secret entrance, right? And then you start pressing the bricks because one of them's gonna be a button, right? And in the time it takes you to press multiple bricks, Astra goes around the corner.
It's like there's a side door.
There is no side door. There is, however, a large boulder which has impacted on one of the outer walls. It looks like it has been flung probably from a volcano at some point and has collided with the outer walls. It did very minimal damage to the outer walls. However, it does give you a good 50% climb if you can manage to scale the boulder to getting up to the total height of the wall. And the wall itself was about 50 foot high.
Cyrus, when you're done with that,
It's gotta be one of these. Barrows, try that one. Did you try that one?
Shifted a little bit.
when you're done filling up the bricks, there's a boulder that can help us get
Just
up.
leave them
If you
to
give
it.
me a boost.
It's funny to watch. Just leave them to it.
Did that give? I don't know if it gave or not.
Maybe you just need
Cyrus,
to
I
push
think
it
that was your knuckles. I
harder.
don't think that was the brick.
What if you have to press them all in a specific order?
Oh, this is gonna take forever.
Cyrus,
What?
boulder.
Oh, okay. Goes around the corner.
As in, we should climb the boulder, or as in Cyrus's brain is a boulder?
Both.
No, there is a boulder.
The
Hey.
former, but the ladder works too.
Hey!
Attempt to climb the boulder then.
I mean, Atlas could probably fly and get some rope, and then we can do something like that, right?
With the mighty power of wings that you cannot see because I am dragon.
I'd rather deal with the invisible wings than the meaty wings, to be honest. So
Oh, I only use those in select circumstances now because
Look,
it takes
I'm
a lot out of
hovering.
me.
It's spooky.
Get up the boulder.
I fly up the boulder.
You do have little nublets at your back.
Yeah, because I can't get rid of them.
You can't get rid of the limbs. You have to have the same assortment of limbs.
But I just
You-
got like teeny tiny ones I can hide.
yeah, they're like under your clothing.
Yeah.
But you see underneath her clothing these little
Give yourself a cape. in your disguised
Yeah,
self.
that's my plan. I've got like a sick cloak going on, you know?
Yeah. The cloak whip flaps.
Cloak of billowing.
Doctor Strange up the wall.
Are you flying up people individually?
My plan was that
I don't
someone
think-
would give me rope. I don't have rope myself. Oh no, I do have rope. I have 50 foot of rope. Is there
Or
anywhere
be-
I can tie the rope off?
There's one of these big, chunky, wide battlements. As you fly up, however, you notice there are guards patrolling, and the fight is moving overhead, like side to side, over and over. So you're gonna have to time this well. So I will need a stealth check from you, Atlas,
Okay.
to not get spotted.
Do I get any advantage from being lizardish? Because I don't
No.
look out of place.
You're not
Are
in
you within-
appropriate armor.
Christ.
You're not in appropriate, like, you don't look...
Can I
you,
disguise
Pass.
myself into
Are
appropriate
you-
armor?
Do you want to spend some time looking?
You
No.
still pass without a trace?
Yeah,
I'm
are
still
you
pass
within
without a
range?
Yeah, you're still within range of the pass without a trace, yes.
Stealth.
If you didn't find the boulder or tried this, you would be out of the range.
That is a
29.
19. So 29.
Yes, so you time it just right, you wait for them to fly overhead, and as they just fly past you, quickly fly up, do a big loop, and then like fly back down again with the 50 foot of ropes. It's just like a one good loop. Then you guys can tie the knot at the bottom, and you kind of have 2 lines of rope, and you almost can like shimmy up like a ladder without hand holds, or foot holds. You know, you kind of like wrap your feet around it at points and like kind of shimmy up in that sense. It will take a little bit of go, and it's not gonna be, you know, incredibly quick, but you can get up. Atlas didn't get a super good look up there, though. She had a big, like a flying back down, sweeping maneuver. But you know that this,
Best I can tell you is that there are guards up there.
it's like a walkway. It's probably about 10, 15 foot wide, roughly, or so. It has the main big, like, parapets in the outer wall. The inner wall has a shallower wall that doesn't have as big high defenses to, like, basically make it better for the defenders. If someone then took the wall, they could, you know, defend it again easier when they wouldn't be a good position to hold. Yeah, it kind of like, so you're kind of coming up on the side nearer the big smoking like chimney building, whatever that is. Who wants
I
to
think
try?
rather than walking along the walls and evidently running into guards, I think we should just throw the rope on the other side of the wall and just make our way down.
You gotta go up first.
Yeah, and also if they patrol the wall and see the rope, they're gonna cut it, which means we won't have an escape.
Well, I will.
Technically, I will too, for
And
about
Astra.
a minute.
Well, thanks for saying you're going to leave us behind.
No, I didn't
Three-
say that. I just
3
said
out of 5 ain't bad.
if things go south, you're I could try and carry one of you.
I see how it is. I see how it is.
I carried you before, Volgir, while flying. Can do it again.
Don't worry, Volgir. I'm the one with the 90 million on my credits.
No, this is true. I stay with you.
We need to keep him alive.
Alternatively,
Hey, if you leave me behind, I will find
You
that
need to
mushroom
take
woman
his hollow
and make
strap
a new
if he
hollow strap and
dies.
steal it.
Good luck getting it off him if he's been eaten by a dragon. You'll have to sift through a lot of dragon to get it.
there's a lot I'm willing to do to be a
I
millionaire.
can imagine the entire expanse is collapsing. The Illithid are killing every planet. We're just hunting for this one ship with a mushroom woman on it to get a new hollow strap for all the credits pack.
Flying back to Dragon Planet, sifting through
Oh,
poop.
yeah. Is it
Where's that damn hollow strap?
Which one is it on? Is it on the Barros one or the Barry one?
Barry.
Barry.
Did you transfer it to Barros or is it on Barry's?
No, it's on berries. I just have berries.
You could also
I have
store
2.
them on your ship, if you so wished. Your ship has has the same way you found it on the vault. There's a way to store shits, like almost like storing Bitcoin. You can store them on anything that has a way to save files.
We should probably try and spread them across like us and the ship, so you know. We don't.
Something's
Varna, can you
happening.
hold on to my credit, please?
So
I'm
we
back.
climb on the
Saparna's just hired a
wall.
lot of like hookers playing blackjack.
Saparna, what are you doing?
Just come back. It's like, where'd all that chits go? We turn. The star mark is like gold plated now. Like, damn it, Saparna.
Diamond encrusted.
Yeah, how are we getting in here? Are we
I think we just climb and time it right.
okay?
Okay.
The old climbing time.
Okay.
What?
You guys are being like very quiet as well. Like,
Was
because
it been less than an hour still?
Hmm?
Is it still less than an hour?
It is still less than an hour, yeah. It's been about 30 minutes of like going down the mountainside, like coming up, finding the thing, setting
How
the rope.
high is the wall?
50 foot.
Okay, so jumping off
Boulder's
it would be a
25.
bad idea.
The jumping off it would hurt about as much as you tumbling down the mountainside.
That wasn't
We
that
have
much.
more rope. We can just abseil down it.
If we're quick with the rope.
You guys want me to put another abseiling rope up and then you can just go straight over?
Good day.
Can someone roll me
speed.
2d20s, please?
Speed is probably of the essence, so Cyrus will give Atlas a rope.
There's the Atlas rope. It's still need 2d20s.
I've been rolling a lot.
I-
I would like someone else to roll those.
18.
I can roll
Hi,
everything.
is that
Yeah,
good? That's low, is
5.
that good?
So,
The higher number is the amount of guards. The lower number is
the
the
red
perception.
dragon flying overhead, you hear a ferocious roar. And it even causes me some of you to look up. And you see that the blue dragon, who was flying like a hovering, has just been basically like speared through the air by this red dragon, and this huge splurt of blood like comes flying out of her side. She screams, and then you watch as she begins to fall. The whole ground shakes again
Woke
once
up
more
Sylvie.
as the dragon impacts the ground. You see her wing like weakly like flutters a little bit, and then her eyes lull shut as she falls into some kind of state of unconsciousness. The red dragon lands on the wall and then yells in Draconic, "And that goes for anyone who fucks with my plans in the future. Don't be like this traitorous bitch."
If
I'm curious to know who that is.
I'll lean over to Sarah's like, if I heal the traitorous bitch, we might get an in.
He does say in Draconic, but someone could translate.
Yeah, I figured someone
Atlas
was.
will point out that if this bitch is traitorous, she might be an ally.
Hmm.
She's landed outside the castle walls, almost like about 100 feet or so, kind of back when you came. A few of the guards are still looking out that way, and then the red dragon kind of looks around and goes like, "Now what are you all staring at? Get back to work!"
I hope we head for the traitorous bitch.
Agreed.
Yep.
But maybe I should be the one to heal her, Astra.
Yeah, you can talk to her.
Yeah.
Or Astra can heal her out of eyesight.
I
and
know how
you
to
can
heal
talk to her.
people, Cyrus. That's the reason you have 2 ears.
Also, Astra does more healing. She's a
I
cleric.
think she does the same amount, to be fair.
Atlas and Astra, past perceptions, you hear someone walking along the wall towards you. On a patrol, probably.
Get out of sight. Get out of sight.
Go, 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 go. Hide.
Lump down the boulder.
Fly down, tuck back from the corner. Maybe a stealth check, everybody.
We left the rope.
Did leave the rope.
Well, we still got the +10.
Look at the +10.
Oh, we've left a rope.
Not nat 20. Thank you, Volgear.
17. That's not bad
many.
for Astra.
29.
I got a 3. Then I get a +7 plus a 10.
Guard rolled a 19.
Oh,
I believe you're still going to beat that, though. 17 plus 20 plus 20 plus 19 plus 16.
We'll just hide behind the boulder. I'll just lob it around the corner.
In my head, the boulder is shaped perfectly like all of our outlines.
Okay, so you guys just by the fucking skin of your teeth succeed. However, the guard you do hear in Draconic a yell of, anybody on this rope? No? Range?
Aw man, my rope.
They pull the rope up.
Aw man, my rope.
It's fine. You have another rope. I gave you another rope. Technically, it's full gears, but
I liked my
Concerning.
rope.
Oh, yeah, looks
you've
around.
got,
Sergeant!
Might be some
another
rope.
rope.
Sergeant, I found a rope on the outer wall. Have a look around. Could be spies. Maybe trying to sneak inside during the battle.
Fuck, they're onto us. To the
That
traitorous
little
bitch.
And then a long horn begins to air out as you hear a horn ring out as someone has sounded an alarm. They're aware
Run!
something is up. It's not like, you know, they don't know where you
They're
are,
not
but
looking for
something.
us.
We're on amber. They're
specifically.
suspicious.
They're aware.
Sneaky run.
Yeah,
Before
sneaky
you
run.
had this big opportune moment, this big battle overhead, lots of time, trying to make decisions. You did some things, you maybe didn't act quite fast enough to take full advantage of it, or maybe the battle didn't go on as long as it could have, and you left evidence and then left it behind, and it has been uncovered. So yeah, they are very much on an amber alert. They're suspicious.
Go back to the traitorous bitch, see if she'll help.
Okay, you sneak over. Yeah, you see this big blue dragon.
You guys
Stay
hide
there.
out. I'm gonna heal this bitch.
I'll
and
hide
try and
behind
work out
trees.
what's
You
up.
talk to her. Yeah.
There are no trees to hide behind.
Hide behind something.
Rocks.
There's a lot of rocks.
Behind a rock.
You probably got to like lay down, like get low in the ground, like. The good news is,
Everybody get down except you, Volgir. You're fine.
what kind of goes in your favor is the alarm going off and everyone yelling around, looking around. They seem to be more concerned of looking inside the fortress than out, at least for now, because it looks like someone has climbed up and left a rope and has climbed in.
Yep.
As far as they're concerned, mainly because I assume there is no one who would need to climb out. You,
Unless they've already done their job.
I cast healing word on this dragon.
okay. You see her eye flutter open ever so slightly. She stirs, groans as the wound knits up on her side.
She gets 10 hit points.
Good.
I do like a little awkward bow because I do not know what the greeting for dragons is.
She like looks to you. She looks tired. She looks ashamed. It's this strange black dragonborn. Recognize you. Do not wear the colors of us here.
That is correct.
What are you doing here then, civilian?
Healing someone I saw fall from the sky.
You should be careful to meddle in affairs of things you don't fully understand. That is what I sometimes fear was my fault and why I find myself impacting on a mountainside. Even if it was the right thing to do.
Right thing to do.
Thank you for your help. I'm going to lay here a while longer.
The red dragon called you a traitor.
It is because I released her bait prematurely.
What was 8?
There was a group of young and elders fled a sieged part of the Metallics' homelands. We had captured them, brought them back here. Kethar had set them up as bait in a cage over the lava lake to try to bait out the Silver Watcher from Orestone. But before his intelligence could likely reach back to him, I believe that she intended to drop them into that lava long before he would even have a chance to come back. So I let them go. She claims she was never going to let them in, that it was just a bluff. She's hard to tell.
So you spared them?
I wouldn't say I spared them. I would suggest I wanted to kill them in the first place. I simply let them go. They could be dead, on the road, in the mountains. But at least I know that they are not here anymore.
Why?
I what?
Why did you let them go? Why do you care if they ended up in the lava?
If it was my family, I would not want them to die in such a worthless manner. Rather they lived in a worthwhile one. Sometimes people forget what. She kind of begins to pick herself up, shaking off some of the dust. What it is that we are fighting for. I do not.
What are you fighting for?
Silly little one. No. So you make me a deception check, please. As the ancient blue dragon looks at you.
Is lizard? Nat 20!
There's lizard.
Is lizard!
True sight?
That's not true sight. I can say
True
sight and
sight
dark
sees
vision.
through, sees Al and is like, I guess that's just a real weird looking lizard.
Only has a +3 to
Ireland who believes they're a
wisdom.
lizard. Are they still a
If it's on
lizard?
the rule of 11, that will not be enough. She looks at you, chuckles. Well, do you truly not know? Do you not agree with our queen? I suppose you might, in a sense, not. Dragons are strong and powerful. Our queen believed that we were superior, should rule over the lesser races. We should take our tribute and their obedience in turn. Whereas the Metallics we fight against sided with the king. He believed in fostering relationships with these lesser races, offering wisdom and guidance. I don't agree with that. I think that they should be able to find out for themselves, make their own mistakes. And yes, we are stronger. Do require tribute and obedience from those weaker than us. But I would argue the Metallics are just the same in that sense. The Metallics also have cities of Dragonborn and Kobolds under them who do their whim. But they play it off as a positive thing. They teach them their ways and oppress them with intelligence. We do not do that sort of thing. Keep it simple here. Maybe that is why I felt pity on those scared souls in that cage. They had no idea how to protect themselves. Truly subservient. The perfect race to rule over, the queen would have said, if she was still here. The metallic dragons are doing a remarkable job of just what she would have wanted. But my comrade saw them as a tool to be used, and not worthwhile sparing. Well, so she claimed. That is why I let them go. Call it pity. But I would say that I was doing the right thing. Letting them make their own choices. But at the same time knowing who put them there. My tribute and obedience would come.
Pity, mercy, all led to the same outcome. They're not in a cage anymore.
Indeed. They are not. Are you one of those ones in the cage, little one? You are the wrong color of scales, but I must admit they were quite densely packed. And it would not be the first time one of our color has wound up on the wrong side of this war, or of theirs on ours.
Oh, I am simply a little bit lost. That's all.
How close is the rest of the group? In feet.
40-ish.
I'm probably going to say it's like 60 foot because somewhere nicely in the middle of sight range.
Yeah, 60 foot? Yeah.
I'd say.
And she kind of like isn't quite on her feet properly. She's kind of like half risen. She like kind of like closes her eyes for a moment. Three from Celestial and 2 from the Amalgamate, I would say. None from here around me, little one. Smell.
Well, I did say I was lost.
That now that my senses are coming back quite obvious, and now explains why you thought it'd be wise to heal me. Are you the cause of that racket in there? As she like nods her head with this big horn towards the walls, where like you can see her like yelling around, and her horn blows out in a trumpeting blare.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, you have my thanks not letting me bleed out on the debris to become another skeleton to litter this valley's decor. But do not think me indebted to you.
All I ask is you don't grab me and hold me back there.
My fight is not with the angels or with humans and elves, dwarves and whatever squishy soft folk from that side of things lie. My fight is with those
Harold suddenly
here.
feels a little self-conscious about all those biscuits he's been eating.
He is the squishiest.
My fight is with those here. But right now, I need rest. After being thrown around by one of my own. But at least I can say that I gave almost as good as I got. But a red, they have a fury unlike what mine would have. I do not know what you're doing. I do not wish you luck. But I wish you to leave here. Way or another.
Sadly. I will back up the general direction of my friends.
Picks herself up, stretches herself out, flares her wings, and then she walks around towards the front gate. And then she yells in Draconic, "Open the gate, idiots!" And the bigger than her, this dragon skull must be, but if she would be an ancient dragon, this must be a dragon older and older and grander than her.
Old as balls, dragon.
Trundles open and she begins to walk inside, pausing a little bit longer at the gate, looking around. What's all the fuss about? Commander Miss, there seems to be some kind of intruder. We found this rope. Yes. Where did you find the rope? And then the guards begin like taking her over towards the walls and yelling and explaining things to her.
Well,
To be
it could have
fast.
gone worse.
We have lost our opportunity to get in, and our entrance.
The gate is still
We
open.
need to find that secret door.
Unless we just go through the gate whilst it's still open. She's
Wild.
distracted them for us, hasn't she?
Everything's pretty distracted.
I mean, yeah, we're probably not gonna get a better Barrows. Wait.
Leroy!
In my head, whenever Barros runs, he runs like Kermit with his arms just like...
Okay, his barrel's charging in.
Go after Barrows, I guess.
You're gonna try and stop him a bit.
Okay.
I'll be running stealthily, but I'll be like, now's our opportunity. We can't keep missing opportunities.
I've just got the idea of Beros running, and just from the left and the right, you just see Cyrus and Volgid
overtaking him.
Barros is like Naruto running, his like arms behind his back towards the gate. Stealth run. Yeah, I guess stealth checks if you are trying to do this stealthily, whatever this is.
We're Naruto running.
Clip clop, clip clop, clip clop, clip clop.
34.
17.
Oh, that was
again.
nearly a 9.
Oh, we still got the plus 10 again.
It's
Yeah,
18.
it's not been an hour yet. It's getting close though.
13 plus 10, 23.
Okay. The average, pretty good.
Is it
22.
good enough to fake a load of ancient dragons? Oh, that was
Not looking right at us.
There's only one ancient dragon in the courtyard at the minute. The other one has gone inside the building without the big smokestack.
Can we agree to avoid the big building without the smokestack?
Agreed.
Okay.
Now Harry's like, you
Alleyway or
must go in the
something?
big building with the smokestack.
You run into the courtyard, the effigy courtyard. You see is a grim open space filled with grotesque effigies made from the bodies of someone's enemies. There is like lots of like, it's almost like a graveyard of bones here, like a dragon graveyard. But there are also effigies of smaller races and things that's all sprawled out, like tanned, flayed hides and things as well. Just all pretty grim. Of probably both invaders and
hide.
traders alike, probably treated in equal manner.
I'm glad I didn't take Speak with Dead now.
It might have been useful.
I might have been overwhelmed.
I don't think it would be useful. I think you'd be like, how did you die? And they'd be like, dragons!
No, I meant you could talk to one of the dragons. Skeletons.
Big lava little pool in the middle. It like bubbles like just on the surface. It has like steaming, like like that haze, that fiery haze coming off it. Yeah, it's kind of like just like in the middle there. You see it begins to like swell and bubble a little more, and then it erupts in a like 20-foot high like blast of like lava, which begins like.
Asher hides behind Cyrus.
Luckily, where you guys are at the entrance, you're just out of reach of it. However, there are areas where the walls tighten and it like bounces off the rock itself. So to get to either of the two large buildings, you will have to cross an area that it would potentially hit if you get your timings wrong. And based on what you've seen, it seems to be pretty random, not regular.
Everyone hide behind Cyrus, use him
Okay.
as a shield, and go for it all the way.
Step 1. Cyrus hides inside the lava pool.
And get shot into the air.
Why?
I won't sink.
Right, we don't
not?
we don't want to we don't want to go into the smokestack building, so we'll go into the other building.
Yes.
We might as well just fucking again sprint for it.
I mean,
So-
it just
so-
went. So
Just
like,
to be clear, because I think you guys have told me different things twice. So, the red dragoness who attacked and beat the fuck out of the blue one went into the building without the smokestack.
then we go in the
So
smokestack.
we go to the smokestack.
So that's just what I'm. So that's the one she went into.
Right, okay.
That building with the small parapets
We
on
go
top,
in
the big cylinder
one
building. That's what
she
she
did
has
not
gone into.
go in.
She
Yes.
also
Yes.
looked hurt. Like she didn't look like healthy. She looked pretty fucked up.
Yeah, but I don't think we can take
We
it.
could-
So let's just,
We could try.
or we could just go to the
We
other
don't-
building first,
Or we could fuck her up while she's already fucked up.
and we could do it like right now before that thing explodes again, because not everyone's fireproof.
Let's just go to the one with the smoke.
I am all for
Recuperate.
not burning to death.
Fine.
Let's go then.
I will go last in case it explodes. I'll try and cover you or something.
I'll go first in
That's-
case there's people in there, because I look like I have scales.
Yeah, but you're not.
Okay, make sure you're wearing the right uniform.
I don't know what the uniform is.
You're probably gonna look at it now. They all wear this like a variety of armor types, but in general they all have a symbol. Either whether on a tabard that they wear, or on like a cloak or a cape, or like a little marking on their shield or anything like that to symbolize like their affiliation. It is a deep burgundy background, and atop of it there is a like a large ornate, like almost you would call it like white crown, and it has 4 points, and the points are red, blue, green, and black.
White didn't get a look in, apparently.
White is the color of the crown.
so-
Yeah.
Okay, I'll copy the armor as best I can.
You get in a pretty good way with the out of the skies, and yeah, you continue off, making your way towards the building with the smokestack.
Yep.
Okay.
We still stealthing?
Yeah, in your stealth
Right.
checks, you cross the courtyard, and also as you cross the courtyard, I would need all of you to roll me a d10 individually, please, to see if the geyser splashes when you are within its range.
Five.
Stealth 15, geyser 10.
I don't know if Pacify Trace is still up, so it's either 9 or 19.
It's still up. It's probably going to be up. It probably lasts until you get in this chamber, that probably will drop.
21 for stealth.
Guards still don't seem to pick up on your presence as you move along. Beros is fine. Astra is fine. Volgu, you got a 5.
Mm-hmm.
And Cyrus, what did you get
10.
on a d10?
Oh, on a d10?
D10, please.
Sorry, I rolled a d20 out of habit. Seven.
7, you're fine. Atlas, as you are crossing, the geyser does splurge.
Ouch.
Make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Dragon flesh.
Kentucky Fried Island coming up.
I'm supposing running order doesn't help.
It's just like as you're walking by, there's a chance that when you're in range it might splash.
19.
19 is a success, so you're going to take half damage. You take 11 points of fire damage.
Ouch. Feathers. I mean, my scales. Not feathers.
But you all do manage to reach the door to this chamber. The large blue commander dragon is busy ordering her troops to look around. She's now currently drumming up a small Hamza and is kind of saying like, all right, you lot go at the outskirts, do a patrol loop around from the moat side first, and then come back to the main entrance and report if you see anything. If you don't see anything the first time, go wider, 50-foot loops until we reach the top of the peaks either side. If there's nothing in the whole valley, it's safe, but you may as well start searching. And they are like, oh, yes, miss, of course, certainly, ma'am. And they begin like all like drilling themselves up. You see they leap aboard these little, they like throw like aside these like little doors in the walls, and there's like these little like maybe stables in a sense there. There's like these little guard drakes that like straddle themselves over, and they begin like riding out. A few wyverns as well go out this little patrol, about 5 or 6 kind of like go out there, 2 in the air, 4 on the ground. They begin like patrolling the outside of the fort itself, kind of like looking for you know, anyone who did escape maybe, or maybe someone got in and out without being noticed, or they're just like, you know, like have left their tracks behind. But they're just trying to find out maybe what's happened, or what this strange rope has led to, if it's a prank, or you know, just an actual genuine security threat. Seems like she knows more than she's letting on to them, but is you know, taking good charge of the situation. Maybe a favor for a favor. But yeah, you are at the door to this big structure with this big tall smokestack billowing out of it.
Try the door.
It's unlocked. The heat is oppressive as you open this door, Cyrus. As you pull it out, you feel like the roll of heat, and you hear the clang of metal echoing from inside. You see there are these huge, almost like the guys you saw outside in here. There are 3 more in here, but they appear to be like being channeled into these like metal, like big cauldrons on the ground, as they must be rising up from below the surface of the planet, like some kind of like molten lava or slag or something. You're not entirely sure. There is big pieces of like machinery here that are maybe being run off the heat itself. It's hard to tell. Lots of like you know, big heavy moving items as like the heat like billows up and steam like fires out. Occasionally there's like, you know, combustion of like fire and the backfiring of like you know, things being overpressurized and depressurizing. There are kobolds running around like lunatics in here. Most of the kobolds are dressed in little more than board shorts, like just like swimming trunks effectively, as they run around in the extreme heat. You see they are carrying these huge big weapons, some of them for dragons, like big swords that a dragon could wield, some of them carrying more simple like armor for like, you know, dragonborn, or even for kobolds, shields, things of that nature. There is in the center of the chamber, kind of like overseeing this primarily, this huge big humanoid individual. They have this huge big wide brow, ginger hair and beard that almost has like a flame-esque effort to it. They stand about 23 foot tall. They are big bellied. They have this huge big hammer, and currently right now they are like just like off this red hot, nearly white dragon blade on a huge anvil. You see a huge fire giant working this forge. There are 6 kobold engineers all running around doing his bidding, and there are also 3 black dragonborn who all have these big long whips that like drip with like acid. And they appear to, every now and again, if kobold like seems to stop and panting, they crack this like acidic whip towards them, and the kobolds are quick to get a move on once more. You've found some kind of forge.
And I didn't bring my tools.
Darn! Yeah, that forge wasn't actually there until you decided to not bring the tools, and then Harry's like,
So, we have a slave ring here. We could free the kobolds. That could be a distraction. We could block the geysers, which would pressurize the one in the middle. That could cause problems.
piss off that giant.
We could piss off the giant, but he also might kill us.
Destroying this would be distraction enough.
Yeah, but how do we destroy it without, getting noticed by a bunch of kobolds, a giant, and 3 dragonborn?
Asher tries not to look at the red crystal that Cyrus had somewhere. Like, surely that could be.
The place is already on fire. Do you think adding more fire will help?
Maybe?
Also, fire giant. I imagine he's immune to fire.
He does like place his hand on the metal and holds the metal by the white and stuff. Like, yeah, it doesn't seem affected by the flames.
You guys know ice magic?
I
Have
swapped
at
it out for blight.
Why?
Because I don't know. If you're around, I don't want to use ice, so I figured, hey, necrotic.
I can hide in a box and you can use the ice magic.
I could
I have
go
ice
in there
storm.
and tell one of the dragonborn that they're going on break, but I don't know how to get the rest of you in there.
Right, can I have a look around to see if there's like a lunch bell?
How sneaky do you think you can be?
Me personally or collectively?
No, you specifically.
I'm
Oh, dear, you made a
averagely
perception.
sneaky. I don't know.
These might.
I'm an owl,
I don't
so
know.
I'm good at flying silently, but I also
It's more if you could find some way of getting these, and Barros will pull out of his pack 4 explosive charges. I've been saving these for an occasion.
Well, I do like exploding things.
For the context of the group, by the way, I named this episode "What We Do Best."
Yeah.
I also have some
You know what you are.
flashbangs.
Well, Asher keep looking around in case they're drawing
I
attention.
picked these up when I've picked up that really fancy spoon in that vault.
I mean,
Barris, I've never
told
said
you
this
not
to
to
anyone
touch
before,
those.
but I love you.
As you all linger in the doorway,
Shit, just hand them.
Yeah, they've got timers on them.
Okay.
Place them.
Not
Set the
like
timer.
live, right? You haven't set them.
No. They've not set them yet.
It's like, you got timers, you
They
got
got
5
nothing.
minutes, go!
Seconds go.
They've actually been counting down our whole adventure. I'm kind of glad to be rid of them.
Volgar, you make a perception check, by the way, to try to look through that lunch whistle bell.
That was a nat 20.
There
Can
is
Asher,
no
like, keep-
such like
God damn it. It was worth a shot.
Flintstones, but there is a whistle on one of the like overseer like dragonborns on their belt. You don't know what that means, but they do have a method of wooing.
I'm
Do I
just
get
pointing out
in
so you
there?
can go.
This could go horribly wrong.
It's us. It probably will.
Noted.
It'll
and
be
I will
fine, though.
walk
It'll be
in
fine.
with
Will.
confidence.
Okay.
I was
What
about
are
to say,
the rest
just
of
before
you
you go-
doing? Standing in the
Hiding.
middle of the court, well, not in the middle of the courtyard, at the side of the courtyard, at one of the main of the 3
Are
doors.
there any conveniently people-sized crates like it's Hitman?
I was gonna say, is there any of the like skeletons, like dragon skeletons
Yeah,
that
there's
are
lots of
nearby?
like rib cages and stuff sticking up, and like tails and wing bones and things.
Can we hide within the skeletons?
You can.
Where's the
or
Well,
is like an
can
alleyway we
you?
can just duck down that we're small enough to.
There is no alleyway because it is a castle, and that was not really how it would be built. It would be built to minimize defensive areas in case intruders did get in, and they would have a good,
Yeah.
because obviously the defenders would naturally fall back into the secure buildings and then be able to fortify and defend them, but they would like to be able to see everywhere from those positions. So yeah, unfortunately, there's nowhere in that sense, unless you want to go back at the main gate, which is currently still open because they sent out that patrol party to search. However, the door being open to the forge is obviously going to attract some attention at some point. And yeah, the bones, you can try to hide among the bones you wanted. There's also the big lava pit in the middle with the geyser. If you hide among the bones, you are going to hide within range of the geyser.
Well, but how many people can fit in a dragon skull? Will dragon skull protect from geyser?
No, maybe. You look like some
Actually,
of
a fire
them. Some of
dragon
the
one.
bones are more fire protecting than the others because some of the bones are in the lava, and they're not burning. They're not melting. You know, they're like resistant if they're like from something that was immune to fire.
Here's the other question. I'm fireproof, but my gear isn't.
Correct.
If I hide in lava, will Vorpal's sword melt?
Potentially.
Clothes will.
Yes, Cyrus
You
is
will
naked.
be naked.
Naked on dragon planets. Cyrus is going to try and hide in a skull or something to that effect.
So Cyrus going to seek out a skull.
Before I walk in there, can I cast Enhance Ability on myself to make myself more charisma?
Sure.
Because I feel like I'm going to have to lie a lot, and I'm not super great at that.
Okay, so you're going to cast that yourself.
Volga is going to join Cyrus, and once everyone settles, Volga is just going to turn to everyone and go, so I was going to say it, but no one let me get in. I do have invisibility if you forget.
Oh, just cast it, please.
If that's helpful, but there's a
one
lot of
person.
us, and you can only cover one person.
I know, but we're sending someone into the middle of the room.
Oh yeah, that would have been a really good idea. Can you cast it at range?
Yeah, but if she's mid-chat and then he casts invisibility.
It is a touch spell.
Can
Make
you
sure
get
touch.
to her and get back before she goes in the room? Oh, she's already in the room.
She already walked away the second you said
Cyrus
it.
says that as he looks, he's like, oh fuck, she's already in the room, never mind.
Okay.
You just see a tail disappearing through the door. It's like,
Yeah.
never mind.
So
Just like, yeah, bear that in mind for next time.
If I will allow, I think Cyrus will be looking for the skull. Would Cyrus give any consideration to the skull's integrity?
He doesn't want to go into like a half skull where people will see him.
Okay, then make me a, let's call this a nature check.
Oh.
You go into
4.
Cyrus,
I
a lot
picked
of the
the ice
skulls
dragon.
here, there's a lot of like pock marks on them from where the lava's clearly spattered on top of them. But you picked the biggest and like, most whole looking one. That seems to be, like in the best condition of the lot, and ushered your allies in with you. Those of you who follow Cyrus in, and Cyrus realizes the second you guys like take cover in here, it's very obvious that this skull is not that of a fireproof dragon, based on the fact that it has
picked the
4
ice
eye
dragon.
sockets. From where repeated splashes have been splattering inside. So it is possible that the skull might not be offering as good a protection as it could. It will still offer some protection. However, it will risk you getting a little bit of a splash damage over time. I also need you all to make me a final stealth check, as Pass Without a Trace is now expired.
Can I position myself, like, if the party's sitting in the skull and the geyser's here, can Cyrus sit at the geyser-most side?
You want to sit in the hole.
No, I want to be. Yeah, I basically want to block the hole, but not be in sight. Like,
So do you want to be like at the side closest where the guy's going to shoot up? Bear in mind
Yes.
that it seems like most of the damage is when it falls down.
I'll be in the middle of the skull, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to help people, but also not be seen.
There probably is some splash outward when it initially blasts, but it does seem like a lot of it is that like arching, like. Have you ever held a hose up in the air?
Yes.
That's kind of what you're dealing with.
Okay. Wherever the most damage to the skull appears, I will sit close to there.
Okay. Just like keep people away from it.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, you can do that. And I do need stealth checks for the skull group, for the skull fuckers.
Yeah. Ash is gonna cast Guidance on herself first before she rolls.
Net 1 for 12.
This is not going well.
Non-natural 20. Why is the person with disadvantage doing well with the stealth checks?
Hold on, I
Astra
need
also
another.
did pretty good for Astra.
Hold on. That's 17 total
Never
for
mind.
Astra.
Oh, that's better. I thought you were like, hold on, and then rolled a 3. It's like, fuck.
No, that was the guidance. I was like, I know what Astra's like. She needs all the help she can get.
This guy's passive perception.
What did you get, Full Gear?
Non-natural 20.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
So 20, 17.
While you guys all hide in
I'm
skull,
doing a very bardy thing with a very non-bardy character.
I would like
Fine.
one of you to roll me a D10, please.
I'll roll that one because I've not rolled any circumstance. 6.
6. No geyser splashes. Meanwhile, inside the forge. Alice, what are you doing?
I march into the forge. I kick a kobold out of my way to sell it.
Oh, you fucking cunt! Inside my lord!
And I point at one of the Dragonborn at random, whoever looks the toughest.
Okay.
And I go, they need you to help look for whatever this rope thing is.
Okay. Make me a deception check.
Come on, Atlas. 21.
Okay.
Maybe we should have cast the guidance on Atlas before I left. Was that with advantage?
I have advantage because I cast charisma on myself.
Yeah.
He walks up towards you, looks
Unless
at
someone
you.
punches me in the face, in which case I won't be concentrating anymore and I'm done.
I would like you, on a light of your disguise, Atlas, to roll me a perception check, and this will decide like how good your disguise holds up, and also maybe some other things.
Perception?
Yep.
11.
11. Okay. So it's fine. This individual walks up
That
to
was
you.
a terrible roll, but luckily I'm very good at perceiving.
Individual walks up to you. He doesn't seem to see
Ow.
through the illusion, but he does look at you and grunt as he gets close. I am a sergeant, cadet. That means I give you orders, not me. On whose order are you, little page bitch, here to tell me to abandon my post, do something else?
God, I wish I knew how army ranks works right now.
You did hear the blue dragon be addressed as commander, but you never asked her name. She did have her name called out
Yeah.
in the combat,
She also,
and I'm not repeating it.
she also said the Red Dragon's name, but I did
Yeah.
not note it down.
Well,
Then I will simply turn and be like, if you want to tell the commander that you didn't feel like it, be my guest. But tensions are quite high right now after the fight.
make me an intimidation check.
$18.
He looks at you, snarls.
Thank fucking God that I boosted the advantage on charisma checks, because I have rolled a 2 and a 4 on them. Was that a 3? Oh no, 3.
But that wasn't that was your second roll though, so you would have still got your first one.
He smacks you across the face with his whip. He deals 24 points of piercing damage,
I might just die outright.
and an additional, that is 20 points of poison damage. Still standing?
Yep.
He
Not by
snarls at
much,
you,
I'm guessing.
and he spits on the ground next to you. This acidic, like loogie. Like, you need to learn your tone, cadet. And then he steps over you and leaves the room.
I'm still standing.
I need those outside to roll me a d10, please.
No.
Oh, one.
You got it.
I got it. Does anyone else want it? Or
Okay, go on, Anthony.
The geyser begins to bubble, but it does not fire. Not yet. Alice, what are you doing?
Are they gonna freak out if I cast Healing Word on myself?
You don't know.
I'll try to move, like, behind them, but not in a, like, super obvious way.
Okay.
Just, like, out of their immediate eye line to cast Healing Word on myself.
Sure, that will be a that will be like a probably stealth check, to be honest.
I just want to cast it and kind of mutter it. It's only verbal, so...
Yeah, but you're trying to move out of after this big scene of like this face off, this like smack
And
across
can I
the
wait for
face.
shit to kind of go back to normal?
Okay. Yeah. Then I would say if you're trying to like just.
I'll just like fall into position next to them and, you know, whip some kobolds if they get too slow.
Okay. Do you have a whip?
I don't have a whip.
Okay. Well, don't whip any kobolds. Okay. Kind of like
Oh,
act your
whip.
part.
I'd say we're not
That's
giving you a
gonna
whip
be
after the last campaign.
performance check
Okay.
because you're still trying to hide in plain sight in a way.
Luckily, that's still Riz.
Yeah. Yes, right.
I like how this is what we do best, and it's send Atlas to make all the bad decisions.
Send Atlas's bait. That's a 12 on my performance.
Okay. The fire giant starts walking towards you.
Everything is fine.
You look new here, he says in Draconic.
That's right.
Good. That means if something happens, they won't miss you. Come on, help me with the clock and dock.
Of course.
Right, he leads
That's
you over to
definitely
this.
something I know what is.
There's
I'm confident about.
one of these big machines.
Can I cast Healing Word on myself as I follow it?
Sure.
Might be better to cast protection from energy at this point, but
I was meant to cast that at a way higher level. Hang on.
Cast at a higher
ignore
level, that's
that.
fine. You sort your shit out.
I-
While that's
yes,
happening, can
yes,
someone
I-
outside roll me a d10, please?
you go to ride, or do you want me
Yeah,
to?
I'll go this time.
Okay.
9.
Nothing seems to happen.
How did that? What the fuck is happening?
Just roll the dice and take the spell slot off himself.
Dude,
I don't
what?
care about the numbers.
Why does this feel like Dead Man's Chest and Atlas and Jack Sparrow and the rest of us are in the cage?
You could start swinging the little skull towards the lava if you want.
Just pick it up and walk.
We only need about 7 of us to crew the ship. Okay, you sorted your health out, Atlas?
Yes.
The Forge Master leads you towards the Clonkadonk. It is this big, whirring, moving machine. It has a large conveyor belt in it, and you see he places he pulls out from one of these magnetic pools a ball of like white hot metal, probably like adamantine, maybe, or something. You're not sure. He's like pulled it out of lava, and it's like still got solid form, unless you only put it in there for a very brief amount of time.
Before you make me touch anything, you're aware that I'm not the fireproof kind of dragonborn, right?
That's why I asked if you were new here. Shut up and watch. He puts the thing down, and then he barks at a kobold. One of them begins like cranking this big crank, and the conveyor belt begins to whir it along. As they get to the middle point, he pulls a lever, and this metal hammer, like slams down like that, and then gets stuck on top of the thing. And then he like wiggles the hammer again, wiggles it, and wiggles it, and then it and popped back up again. He was like, something's stuck in there. It's too high for a kobold to reach, but I'm sure you could reach it.
You're a giant. Why don't you just reach up?
He points to the 3 by 3 foot crevice that leads into the machine. May not fit in there. You fit well. Now go in on your own volition, or I'll put you in there and pull the lever.
I do not like the sound of that. All right.
Then fix it.
Yep. Great. Awesome. Love that. Hey,
That's
are fire
not one of our
giants and
party members
frost
in a
giants
bit.
friends? I used to know a frost giant. Are you guys like chill, or are you like mortal enemies?
I don't know any of my own kind.
That's really sad. Have you lived here your whole life, or?
Get in the machine.
Okay, just trying to make conversation.
If I don't make these blades, they'll torture me. So get in the fucking machine, or I will torture you. And I will dunk you in magma.
That won't
Laugh.
torture me. That will just kill me immediately, honestly. So.
And then
Getting
they
in the
will send me
machine,
another
getting in the machine,
Dragonborn.
getting in the machine. I will clamber my way up because I can't use wings without looking fucking suspicious.
Yeah, you start like, clambering your way inside, like climbing along. Stop pulling the crank, idiot. I'm sorry, son. Didn't mean to do that. Get back to carrying. Bury the pickaxes to the corner. Okay, son. Can do. It'll do. Need to melt them down.
So, how vital is this machine to everything that's going on here?
It's one of the only ways to help stop the press of the adamantine. Very important.
Got it.
Don't break it, or it will be your life.
Alice nods, thinking about the explosive charges in her pocket.
You get to the middle, Atlas, and you see that the machine, how it seems to work is, there is some kind of, like, chamber above it where heat is clearly being let into, and as it reaches a point where it gets too hot, it, like, almost like it combusts, it explodes, and as it does so, it forces this thing down with must be with immense force. It looks like the way it's like arced.
Damn,
It's like
putting
arced
an
up. On its,
explosive in here isn't going to help at all.
maybe not. There's a lot of fire and heat around, and it's being used to forge adamantine into things. But it looks like there is something perhaps wrong with the mechanism. If you have would like to try to fix the mechanism, you'll need to identify what's going wrong with it first, and then attempt to repair it, which means an investigation check first, followed by a subsequent check of some other kind.
Okay, I guess I'll try and work out what's going wrong.
While that's happening, because I'm on the side, roll me a d10, please.
Come on, Mary.
Yep.
Guys are bubbles, but does not erupt.
You don't like this, Cyrus?
It's fine.
Atlas, you look. You don't know what you're looking at. There's nothing obviously wrong here.
Not a
Like,
fucking engineer.
you like maybe it needs oil. Like you don't know.
I don't really know what I'm looking at in here. Like, I fit in the hole, but that's kind of the extent of my knowledge, honestly.
Just go up and give it a good shove. The
Yeah,
weight.
What a good shove.
The weight.
All right. Guess I shove the
Yeah,
weight.
make me an athletics check.
This is gonna be embarrassing.
No, the
That would be a 3.
Shove the weight. Nothing happens.
It looks exactly the same.
Hang on, let me try the lever.
Wait, let me get out the hole first.
Be quick.
I wriggle out the hole.
You got the hole. Pulls the lever.
So are you a slave or indentured servant or what? Or do you get like paid?
They torture him. Why are you asking these questions?
Make me a persuasion check. This thing looks you in the eye.
14. I feel like I'm persuading him to not torture me.
He looks at you, dips his finger in the magma behind him, and then just flicks it at your face.
Can I
I'll roll to
dodge
see if he hits
that?
you. I'll roll to see if he hits. Don't worry. He's not got a super high dex. 17 to hit.
Just hits.
You take 4 points of fire damage.
Ah. Bitch.
Not here to talk, here to make weapons. You want to talk? Talk to your kind. Don't want to help? Fine. But I will keep flicking shit until the machine is fixed. Or you can explain, even better, to the red one why the armor is not ready on time. Was your insolence.
What if someone could get you out of here?
Make me laugh. I've heard all these fake promises before. Looks at you, tires of the conversation, and then goes back to the anvil, takes one of the metal blades and dunks it back in one of the big pots and sits down next to it.
His name was Halberdan, the frost giant.
Doesn't mean anything to me. I didn't even get to learn my native language.
That your planet was a shit tip.
Maybe. Again, you're describing something I know nothing about. It would be like me trying to describe to you what your moon is like if you'd never stepped foot on it. Or even weirder, because it would suggest you'd never even seen the moon. Me suggesting what the moon of a distant planet you've never been to looks like, or feels like, or smells like. This is where I'm from. Still. What I know and what I do. And I am not entertainment to you. Grabs the blade. It comes out like white hot, puts it back on the anvil, takes this huge big hammer. Boom, boom. It rings out like big bands, gongs, like across, like, you know, the small fortress. Can those of you outside make me a D10 roll, please?
How long have we been sitting out here?
Obviously, quite a while.
Good 10
But
minutes.
just get out of there, you know?
Good 10 minutes.
Yeah, but where else would we go hide?
Do we think it's going well?
I mean,
Well, I don't hear screaming and I don't hear
Yeah, well, I think
explosions
we
yet,
would've,
so we're middle ground.
Well, you wouldn't hear screaming if she's dead.
yeah, but we would have at least heard something that sounded like she might be dying.
You did see an individual come out of the door with like blood dripping from their whip round about the like 2-minute mark.
Standard slave stuff. That's Cyrus wouldn't be bothered by that.
And they went over in the
You
direction
don't know?
of the other building. They've not come back yet.
Who's rolling the d10?
I'll roll them.
Yeah, go for it.
2.
Guys
Oh,
are rats. I need
Oh.
all of you outside to make me a dex saving throw, please. All of you can roll to advantage because you are currently protected by the skull. Cyrus, you do not need to roll because it is fire damage.
25 on both rolls.
19.
41.
You all succeed. You'll take 9 points of fire damage.
Ah, shit.
Skull begins to erode away some more. The geyser continues to erupt. There will reach a point where the skull will offer not enough protection for all of you.
Bugger. If Atlas is not out in 5 more minutes, you can turn people invisible, right? You've done it before.
One person.
Turn me invisible. Send me in. Worst case scenario, I cause such a distraction. I still have these dynamite.
Oh God. Yeah,
I'm collecting explosives. Nobody's paid attention.
I know that, but
And then at
No,
least then it's enough of a big distraction we can get out of here.
Just try not to get the dynamite caught on fire prematurely.
If no one's looking, I can try and mend this skull to keep us okay for a little while.
Is that a loud thing to do? We don't want to draw attention to ourselves.
As loud as me speaking.
You can whisper it, it'll be fine. Okay, we give her 5 more minutes, and then we send in the theater.
Okay.
Okay. Atlas.
The other giant, Abradan. I broke him out of a prison. They called it inescapable. But getting people out of places.
Give me a persuasion check.
$17.
I've tried.
I think you've never had someone like me on your side.
Some small little lizard to help me.
Hmm.
Vince, I don't think you would hold up much to 3 ancient dragons, let alone 2 ancient reds and a blue.
It's more to me than meets the eye. And I'm not planning on fighting any ancient dragons. I could just slip you out in my pocket if you trusted me.
I am 22 foot tall. I weigh 642 pounds without clothing. I do not think you could slip me out in your pocket, little one.
What
Unless
if
you
I
are some
could-
goddess in disguise.
What if I could just turn you into a little mouse? Just a little mouse who fit in my pocket. You'd have to trust me. It's not the most pleasant magic to undergo.
To pique my interest. As he says that, the 2 black dragonborn come up behind him and they lash him 3 times in succession with their whips. He is instantly bloodied. As you see these huge cuffs in his arms that before just looked like part of his clothing. As he's hit with these acidic whips, they like glow, and like clearly his hands like spasm uncontrollably. Some kind of like amplification perhaps is echoing through there. And he falls like prone and was like, I'll get back to work. Leave me be. And the 2 overseers look at you, and one of them looks at you in a way that tells you that they have managed to, after careful study of using an action, seen through your disguise. I highly recommend you stop, birdfolk. Know not what you meddle with, and I know not how you got here. But it makes no matter. We will find a use for a race like you.
I hate it when this happens.
Can the group outside roll me a d10, please?
Who rolled last?
I rolled last.
Geyser does not bubble.
I will say if
Here's the 4-minute mark.
if it does go again, I will get a Dragon and summon him and plug another hole with a Dragon as a fire.
Ash is just trying to mend all the little holes like
I will do I summon him
Could all
now?
4 of you outside also roll me a d20, please?
God. I won't summon him just yet. I'll wait. That's a 3.
13.
Oh, it's not one. Fuck.
Okay. So as Astra is kind of like, looking out nervously, like every now and again towards the door where you last saw Atlas go in, as she turns back to talk to you guys, as the geyser begins to bubble, even she doesn't hear it, but she sure feels it as a cold blade is pressed to the inside of her throat. And as all of you look around, as she gives up maybe a small panic gasp of surprise, you see, holding her tight by her hair, holding her hair up with a blade to her throat, there is a 6-foot-tall black dragonborn individual, and the tip of the blade oozes with a thick black-green venom.
Shit.
Consider yourselves found, little ones. Ew, I had a lovely time strolling from my garden looking for all of you. Drop your weapons, or I kill her.
What if you just went through with the bluff?
You have to the count of 3. Assuming you
Facts.
don't speak Draconic, I'm going to use...
Blah 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 blah.
He presses the blade closer to her neck, and he lets go of your hair, Astra, and then he holds out 3, 2,
Weapons.
Astra will drop hers.
Yeah, drop.
Raises his hand, doesn't know what we're doing. I'm not holding any weapons at the minute.
Good. Do any of you speak Draconic, or are you simply here by sheer fortune and chance?
Oh, sorry. No, it's easy. 1 sec.
Our translator is sneezing. Give us time,
Volgir
woman.
starts
Give
sneezing.
us time.
Yes, no, this Volgir is being talked about on
Yep.
his own planet in...
Meanwhile, inside,
Oh, this geyser, it's blowing up
That's better.
dust.
Yeah, it's blowing
Got
up
Good.
like feathers. Yeah, we're good. Yeah.
okay.
Volgir will take a very small step forward.
What are you doing here, dwarf?
I'll be honest, I'm not too sure.
I thought it had gone back to me for a second there, and I was like, whoa, I know I'm short, but I'm not a fucking dwarf.
Well, I don't have much issue with your kind, but I can't speak for all of us here.
Yeah, well, I must say, some of us can be right pains in the ass sometimes, but my motto is we don't piss anyone else off you don't want to be pissed off with you, so and you don't want them to piss off you, so maybe bygones be bygones?
Maybe if you can make it worth my while. What do you have? Maybe I could turn a little blind eye to this digression. Whatever it is you're doing here.
Well, I wouldn't call it aggressive. I would say your guys are over there. It's very aggressive, but
It is indeed. I tend to stay away from it where I can. It does burn me just as much as it will burn you.
well, we've stuck there for a little while it decides to every so often. As you can see here, Volgir will hold up a scar on his arm.
Some silly Billy left a rope on the battlements, and then we were sent out to search, and I was given the task to thoroughly search the graveyard here. Look what I happened to find. I must admit I found you a good 9 minutes ago, but I just wanted to see if you would be burned out by the geyser first. I got bored waiting.
Was it a bit of a was there a bit of a poll going? I love a good bet.
No one was betting against me because I had not told anyone about you. But after watching you all cower below it, I assessed your ability enough to know that I could take at least one of you out in one stab.
What the hell are you saying?
Okay, that is a lot of words and not a lot of.
If she's
things
still
going
behind
on.
Ash probably having her eyes glow a little bit at Cyrus, like she's ready to do something if she needs to.
just turns up. We're not very sneaky, apparently. Like, we've been sat here and this person's been seeing us for the last 10 minutes.
That is obvious, Volgir. What the fuck do they want?
Yeah,
He wants to know what we can give him to make him the other way.
Fucking typical dragons. I'll pull out the obsidian egg of the night drake. See if this is worth anything. He's a fucking black dragonborn. And I'll throw it to Volgir.
Hopefully.
Where'd that come from?
That's what he got from the vault.
Just point at this and go, what about this? Can we go the other way if we give you this?
Make me a persuasion check with advantage, Volkir.
I am not very persuasive.
Well,
I
you're the
forgot
one
you
who
had
speaks
that.
Draconic.
Astra, give him guidance.
That'd be obvious.
That was a 9.
9 total.
I got a 2 and an 8.
Okay.
I have a +1 to persuasion.
It is.
1 second. Let me just double check. I can't do anything extra. No, I can't.
It is a good start. I will give that for 1 of your lives. 3 more things in equal value would be enough for me to forget what I've seen here.
What? 15 more things of equal value. Oh my god, we're gonna be giving up everything here.
Yeah. Ash just like thumbing her necklace, thinking about it.
I mean, alternatively, obviously can't. Yeah, I won't say it because then it influences, but
Do you take bank transfer or?
no, that's. I don't even think. Do you carry it all the time? No. Because I'm wondering if you're like me and Ryan, where you're having to feed out beats at the moment, or attunements.
I don't want to give the eternal flame, Jeff.
I'll pull out the Kenku relic, see if that'll do.
Make me a persuasion check, Volgir, with the Kenku relic.
Is it with advantage?
This will be a advantage.
Yeah, so 17.
That is truly worthwhile. I would take that as the cost of 2 lives. One more thing would suffice.
Oh, what's the value of these things, roughly?
Look at Cyrus looking sad.
You
Look at his
don't
face.
know.
Astra takes off the necklace.
The thing is, I've got 2 things I can give, neither of which I think is wise given. I've got the Storm Sword, which has their bloody dragon in it, which I definitely can't let them know I have.
That might be very good to hand over.
And I've got the Scepter. And I don't know, I can't remember if the Scepter was to go with the crown.
Did you attune to the scepter?
I
What
did.
does the scepter do?
What does the scepter do, Volker?
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, the necklace gives Astra +1 to AC, +1 to saving throw, and stone skin.
The
Scepter
scepter
lets him cast
banishes.
banishment.
It has a banishment spell,
But only for a minute.
but it's still a
He
DC.
still has
Yeah,
to try to
but,
succeed or fail.
but what is he? What would he be? What is it? Is he Dragonborn? Did you say?
He would be a humanoid if you're looking for a...
So it'd only be for a minute. So we'd literally have to leg it out of there.
I think it would be a case of banish, get ass Atlas.
I've already handed over like.
He's not handing it over yet. Volgir's like holding them
still
up, and
holding
he's like,
them.
Oh,
yes,
right,
that would
okay.
do for two. Like, he's like bartering right now. Still with a blade.
Astra will
Like,
hand over the necklace. Just take it.
yeah. Takes it with his hand. Oh, inspects it. Very nice. He puts that on his horn. Holds out his hand to Volgir. The other two items.
I'll look at everyone and just kind of go. That's for everyone's.
Takes them.
Astra's like has a little bit of hesitancy because she casts insight. She can't look at him,
Yeah,
but
you can insight.
because he could be fucking bluffing us for shit right now.
I'm more intrigued at the fact.
21.
I'm more
Astra,
intrigued at
this
the fact there's
individual will
two.
definitely,
Three.
you believe that he is making definitely some kind of bargain. You don't believe he's going to simply let you all walk out of here without him at least passing on what he's seen to somebody.
He needs to die. We need to kill him quietly
Push him in
and
the
quickly.
lava. Push him in the lava.
Only Astra knows this.
Astra will do like a little shake of her head to Cyrus. Like, no. Can't even,
Does he
like-
get to take it, Volgir? Is he going to take things?
I'm like looking at everyone going, do we?
Astra's,
Yes.
Astra
No,
starts
no,
like
no.
shaking her head.
Cyrus is giving you a look as if to go, this is not a good situation. Way out of it without giving up our shit. That's the look. He's like, I don't like this. Also,
Astra-
he's got Astra.
Do you need
Astra probably
me
goes
to
like
count again?
this.
I'll start from a higher number this time.
Volga, it's kind of on you.
Yeah, it's
Fuck it.
go for the
Go for
banishment.
banishment.
or-
Okay, you cast banishment. He
Fuck
still
it.
has the necklace because he took it because you gave it to him. So
Yeah,
the necklace
I'll-
will go with him if he is banished successfully.
But he also comes back in a minute.
Could if I see him going to cast banishment, could Cyrus try and like, I don't know, leap and snatch the necklace?
Let's see if he gets banished first before we decide that. Christmas
Yeah,
Eve.
because this is gonna go one or two ways here. Charisma save.
Okay, I will quickly toggle my.
I'll use my charge.
C15. This individual
Yeah.
has a +0 bonus.
Oh.
An 11.
Ah.
He will be successfully banished. Cyrus, you
For a
dive
minute.
forward to try to grab this necklace. I would need you to make me a dexterity check, and I need you to beat Volgir's dexterity.
What is Volgir's dexterity?
So Volgir, I'd like you to basically also make a dexterity check.
Oh, okay.
So both
Just
of you roll,
just a straight.
basically roll initiative in a sense to see who would act.
Okay.
So as you see Volgir about to do something, you like lunge forward to like grab this, realize he's going to do something potentially,
Do I need to take off the +3 for alert?
I would say no, Volgir, because I'm also
Okay.
going to roll his dexterity, and if he beats you, that's also not going to be good.
Right.
I get advantage because it's initiative, or do you want me just to roll dex?
You're rolling it as it is initiative.
Okay.
He rolled very badly, which is good. That means he will not get his
Natural
action to
15.
stab
I get +7.
Astra in her neck.
So 22.
Oh, you
Okay.
just beat me.
So by like a breath's hair, Cyrus, he
Like
disappears.
it's the necklace just like he touches it with the tip of his finger.
But Cyrus, you can't help but feel a little bit of relief because as you miss it, you almost go miss it and like grab and like steady Astra, who like nearly falls back as he disappears, and you see like her throat was being pushed in so far by the blade. If he had managed to beat Volgir's banishment with the initiative, it's very likely he could have got a good cutoff. And I'll tell you right now that if he got a cutoff against you successfully, he would have done. That is 2066 plus 3 damage of a variety of poison and piercing. Because he was an assassin. And that's what they do.
I was waiting if he didn't banish, Ash was going to cast Inflict Wounds on his leg.
Make me invisible. Make me invisible.
I can't. I can only do it once. I can only do one concentration spell at a
Isn't
time.
it?
Is banishment concentration?
It is, yep.
For a minute.
Fuck it! Pulls out dynamite and starts running for the door.
Okay. While this is happening, inside Atlas.
Okay, so he's like, birdfolk,
Yeah.
you're a bitch, I hate you. How close are they to the giant?
They are within about 5 foot of the giant. Because they just whipped him in the back and they're walking around him, moving towards you. And you're probably about 15 foot away. Pretty big chamber, it's, a dragon could walk around in here unencumbered,
Can I, cast Erupting Earth under them?
Sure. What does that do?
A fountain of churned earth and stone erupts in a 20-foot cube centered on that point. Each creature in the area must make a dex save. A creature takes 3d12 bludgeoning damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. The ground in the area becomes difficult terrain. I want to try and get them, but not the giant.
Sure. Let's see if they make it again.
Dex.
They got a 7 and a 19.
One fails, one succeeds.
Okay.
Terrible.
Half
rolls.
damage, is it?
Yeah, I think so. Hang on. Yeah, half damage.
Perfect. Alrighty. So Barros is charging towards the doors. And all the rest of you are there.
As we're running, I'll just shout. Whoever can actually do it, fucking someone tell Atlas. Sorry. Too many
Astral cast send down to Atlas, basically say, "Are we running? We need to run."
Not are we running? We're fucking running.
We're on our
running.
way.
I've been rumbled!
Astral casting, fucking get out!
As
Chuck the dynamite and get out!
So this is effectively going to be your turn 1. So Volgir has done banishment.
Oh, I need to take off the necklace.
Astra has done a message.
Also, when I do Erupting Earth, I'm going to yell to the giant, now's your chance!
Atlas done erupting earth. Barros, you've lit your dynamite.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say that's your action to light it. I don't know what the description of the
fine.
item is. Can't remember the
It was just
description.
two. It was
I
just
just
two
have
sticks
Rick
of
O'Connell in my head,
dynamite.
like,
I think you
technical?
light them and they let's say they go off in 4 rounds.
When does they come back in 4 rounds?
10 rounds.
They come back in 10 rounds.
10. Okay.
Okay, and then Cyrus, have you done anything in particular?
No, I just tried to catch a necklace.
Okay. Yeah, that would have been probably your action because that would be a pretty important thing if you did succeed. Yeah, I don't. If you and Volgar had communicated like what you were going to do, I probably would have let you had it. But because you had to go fully off watching his body language, interpreting it, I don't think I can just give you the item. And
No,
unfortunately,
that's
because it was offered up,
I understand. That's why I'm like, I want to try and save it if I can. but I don't.
If he comes back, Ash just cast and inflict wounds on him. She's annoying.
I feel like the other problem would be if I had said anything to try and coordinate it. It instantly means yeah.
He had a ready action that if something like he detected is not going his way, he was gonna do.
We did the best.
Banishment was the pretty much only option in some way.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we are all teed up for a certainly eventful week next time. So until then, thanks so much for joining us. Bye, bye.